I gained weight, the nigga done lost weight, lifted weights or some shit doing with some weight. So he big as hell now. Man, they said nigga got muscles and shit, man. So he ain't bullshit this time.
I like red bones, my type, light skin, next black, hello.
TFN, that's fantastic. Fantastic. TFN, that's fantastic. Fantastic. TFN, that's fantastic. Fantastic. TFN, that's fantastic. Fantastic.
That's good, fantastic.
I like red bones, my type, light skin, next black, hello.
TFN, that's fantastic. Fantastic. TFN, that's fantastic. Fantastic. TFN, that's fantastic. Fantastic. TFN, that's fantastic. Fantastic.
That's good, fantastic.
Yo, what up? What up? What up? Y'all know the deal, man. Like and share, like and share, like and share, so we get this thing out everywhere. There's anywhere you can be with the subs right here with me, the BABGOG, and I appreciate y'all put up on me, man. Appreciate you, bro. Blue dot schools near me are terrible. Average 1% reading and math proficiency at grade level. Damn, 1%. What's a blue dot school, brother? Can you explain it? I don't know what that is. I don't know where you are. I've never heard that term, but if you could explain it to me, I greatly appreciate it. Josh, what up? Hey, man. Again, bro, we got what? 5 more days left in Black History Month, okay? And it's crazy that the worst Black History Month ever will fall on damn, the one which you get an extra day, for a leap year. I think you niggas just never fail to disappoint, man. First off, y'all attacking King Randall, and now the library guy, okay, the enthusiastic motherfucking library guy, man. All he wanted to do is have the kids read books, okay. And now, before y'all say it, I don't know the brother. I don't know if he's of the LGBT tribe, but if he is, it's a friendly fire because his whole thing started because of allegation. A look, I know the look by Decepticon. Okay, all right, Decepticons. You know what I'm saying? By a motherfucking Decepticon, and bro, to see everybody damn just it just never ceases to amaze me, bro. This is why I tell y'all, listen. Straight black men get blamed for everything every time. Okay, every time. And niggas is never motherfucking innocent until proven guilty. It's always this.
Hang that nigga now. I got the rope right here.
That's from black women. That's from gay men, gay women, from simp straight men, from part-time pussy niggas. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, man. Whenever there's an allegation towards a black man, that nigga's just guilty. You know what I'm saying? Beyond the shadow of a doubt. You don't need no trial. We don't need no jury. He did that shit. Shout out to 50 Cent, man. He did it, right? So when we understand this shit, man, appreciate your West End, bro. And make sure y'all hit the what's the name for me, man? I don't know what the hell's going on. As a matter of fact, let me see something real quick. I gotta remind myself to do this real quick. Let me do this because YouTube is clearly fucking with me right now. So I have to make this damn stupid thing again. All right, give me a second. Let me see something. Yeah, no. So yeah, they're purposely not sending out my notifications again. Okay, it's not letting you know up in the thing that it's you know what I'm saying, live on the dot. But anyway, I'll talk about that shit later. So let's go ahead and get into it. Pull my Twitter. Hold on. This is the brother's message right here.
Dear Solano County Library, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for raising me as a homeschool library kid. This is a place where I've always felt safe, where I've always felt like I belong, where I've always felt like I've had friends. You gave me my first job as a library worker. You made me a librarian. I went from library kid to being in charge of the library where I grew up in. It has been the honor of my life. I have made some of my closest friends in my 10 plus years as a Solano County library worker. I love my friends. I cherish them. They mean everything to my heart, to my soul. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But my last day at Solano County Library will be March 1st. I am leaving to prioritize my mental health, to work with my mental health check-in team. But I'm hoping to make you so very proud. I'm hoping to fight for literacy. There is so much going on across the nation, across the world that are impacting libraries. And I want to support them as much as I'm able to, worldwide, nationwide, going before Congress, letting them know how much libraries need funding, deserve fundings. Funding libraries is funding the community, funding our togetherness, our unity, making us better people, starting as library kids and library grown-ups. To the library kids, to the library grown-ups, I'm so very sorry. I'm going to miss you, but I'm still going to be around. I'm going to keep on visiting. You're in good hands. I love these library workers. They love you. They care about you. They are passionate about your library joy. I love library joy. I love book joy. I will always love Solano County Library. Thank you.
And that's that, right? So, again, as you said, in the video he went viral with, I'm trying to see if I can find it. Right? This was like a couple of months ago. And this is from what he's saying. I think is what I know it's LA. I know it's in Cali, right? The LA area. I don't know if it's a predominantly black neighborhood. If you guys, anybody from out that area, could tell me if it's a predominantly black neighborhood or not. You know what I'm saying? Community. But to have a black man, get the fuck out of here. I even got jokes, man. Come on, man. What are we doing, man? Listen, man. I gotta show y'all this, bruh. Oh my god, man. They should have never gave you niggas publishing rights.
Your relationship with your children.
Oh my God.
Now, what's the damn name? We got I got any women, or is it any? Ain't no women in here right now. If there's one of the sisters in here, you in the clouds, could you please raise your hand? I need your help. Okay. I know you might, but just one of you. Okay. If it's one of you, if one of y'all hate watching assholes, fuck y'all, stay in the clouds. But if you were one of the, you know what I'm saying, fantastic supporters out here, if you're one of the sisters, I need you to come to the thing. Because I think, never mind, I got Zane novels. Now, I remember we hit middle school, right? You know, your hormones start, shaking and whatever, la, la, la. The girls, we didn't have, we didn't, it wasn't no such thing as like internet porn back then. Like we was in middle school, that shit didn't even exist yet for real. But what they had was the fucking Zane novels. And Zane novels were these urban motherfucking erotic, black eroticism, fucking this, that, and the other. And like these girls were literally like, read themselves into motherfucking ecstasy, I guess. Like, which is always weird. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Right? But this shit right here, man. If y'all have not seen this shit right here, bro, if y'all have not, and it was actually it was actually a trending thing for a minute, man. This is the pinnacle of black literature, people. Unfortunately, this is what these motherfucking hoes be reading out here. Okay. And what make it worse is, man, shout out to Red Pill Ranger, man. Yeah, man, listen. What make it worse is now they got the voiceover, they got the audio books of this, and the voice reader is so funny, bro. This shit is hilarious. That shit was going viral, I think, about like a month or so ago. And it was a white dude just driving around, I guess, playing the motherfucking audiobook, just around random people. So they look at him like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, what the hell is going on here? But again, even your boy Mychal said, man, people who borrow these urban fiction books from the library are some of my favorite people. They never disappoint when they provide their review critique to us at the front desk. So not only you hoes reading, you fucking freaky frogs reading this reading this filth, okay? Y'all have to go into motherfucking explicit detail to the librarians, man. Y'all got to go into motherfucking details with the fucking librarians. Nobody was trying to hear that shit. All right? Find a damn one way. Where's the one? God damn it. But either way, if I find it, I find it. If not, I don't know. So the brother went viral, I'm gonna say about a month ago or so ago, when he was talking about literacy and the importance of literacy and his love for books, and just he was really enthusiastic. Some of us come off as too happy. He came off as a little too happy, but there are such things as people that are very, very just happy people. You know what I'm saying? All right. Shout out to motherfucking Maze, nigga. Shout out to Maze and Frankie Beverly. Happy feelings. Happy feelings. Goddamn. Okay. There are some genuinely happy people, man. Okay. And this brother, for whatever reason, however, found his passion in being a library worker, right? Being a librarian and promoting kids to read and the importance of that. And it's very difficult for a man. I'm gonna say this too. One of the biggest things that I don't think people understand about being a man and dealing with children is there's always preconception of danger. You know what I'm saying? He's a man, he's aggressive, he could do something, he could be a weirdo, he could do this. That's why you don't ever see like men at fucking daycares. You know what I'm saying? All men's motherfucking kid daycare like never work. Shit would never get off the ground. You wouldn't get one kid. Okay. Straight men, nah, not happening. The strange thing about it would be that they would be more apt to do it with non-straight men, but that's another thing for another day. But men are seen as threats, right? Too harsh, not emotional enough, not sympathizing and empathizing, just like, hey, men give orders, men are disciplinarians. That's the role we have, right? So when you come across a guy like this, that's a happier guy, we'll just say that. And again, I don't know this dude's sexual orientation. I don't know what he claims as. I'm not making any things, But if he is, that shit's irrelevant at this point. I'm not in support of that. Y'all know that. Don't try to run that. I know lame ass niggas gonna try to say this. Oh, he's supporting this. I don't even know if that's what the dude is, and there's no confirmation saying that he is. But again, this was done by somebody from that community. Okay, the whole motherfucking, what do you call it? Public motherfucking shaming of this guy and getting on this case and making it seem like he's just this diabolical motherfucker, right? Came from a person that's a goddamn transformer, right? So more likely than not, they don't even get down like that and do friendly fire. That's why I'm questioning the fact of whether he's not he is. I think he's just a happy motherfucker. It's some dudes that are, happy. Shout out to, or more feminine, right? Shout out to Kevin Samuels. Everybody said fun Kevin Samuels was gay. Hey, we joked about it. Shout out to Zero Perfume nigga, Mr. Perfume. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That nigga had the merce. He had the I think he played it along with the kid and heel thing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But again, was the nigga gay? He didn't die gay. Okay? He died, you know what I'm saying? The most way most niggas want to go out. How he died? On top of me. He died with him a cute, thick motherfucking Latina nigga, trying to save his life, trying to bring him back. Hey, he got every last drip drop out of them goddamn Red Bulls. I can tell you that. Okay. But nah, seriously, man, and RP to Kev. But there are brothers, man, that are quote unquote metro, just a little not as masculine. And I know, listen, I'm gonna say this. I'm sick and tired of you niggas, man. Why you cussing? You cussing. The next one of you puss ass niggas that say, man, you cussing, man. You cuss too much. Nigga, get the fuck out of my face, nigga. Nigga, go take some motherfucking testosterone shots. Go motherfucking deadlift a car. Nigga, go do something manly. Go wrestle a bear, nigga. I'm sick and tired of you niggas trying to fucking police me. Nigga, I'm a sailor, okay? A sailor from the South. I've been cussing, nigga. I'm not gonna stop cussing. If your ass too motherfucking sensitive to hear me cuss, stay the fuck from around me. All right? Fuck from Ryan. If you know, you know. Y'all sensitive ass niggas, I'm sick of y'all. But anyway, y'all are telling nigga that he too motherfucking aggressive because he just simply saying cuss words. But then the nigga too soft because he don't cuss at all. So again, that's the problem and issue to where the black man dynamic, bro, is just like, well, that nigga pussy. That nigga a coward. That nigga soft. That nigga too aggressive. That nigga too rowdy. Like, nigga, like, everybody has their own personality due to whatever their own motherfucking circumstances may be. Okay? Does every nigga supposed to be the same? You know what I'm saying? Does every nigga, what's the perfect level and the perfect temperament that every nigga's supposed to have, and we just gonna be like that across the board? Get the fuck out of here, nigga. Right? Throughout your life, you learn, if you're smart, okay? You learn or you either force the motherfucking accept the fact that people are people. Okay? People are people. Some of the most fucked up people are the people you love. The people that you can't get motherfucking rid of. Be it your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother, your kids. Hell, your wife. Your old lady. Your side piece. The hoes you fucking. All right? That pussy too good for you to just leave alone, nigga. I know you niggas. Again, bro, y'all niggas don't like me because, bro, I give you reality, nigga. I'm not a red pill, nigga. You ain't never supposed to fall for no hoe. Yeah. You a beta male if you motherfucking give a bitch a penny. And get the fuck out of my face, nigga. I know, nigga. I already know. Once y'all niggas hear this,
yes, Daddy, come get this cooch. It's hot and ready like a Little Caesar's pizza, baby. Hot and moist. You're gonna have to lay me on a towel. Let me bend these legs back like a paper clip, bitch. Daddy, come get this cat.
to Gail. Hey, and Gail, let me do this. Gail, I want to publicly apologize because I misunderstood your email. The whole time I thought you were talking about Rhoda. I didn't know that you had a beef with the Queen of Accountability. So, Gail, I want to publicly extend this apology to you. My misunderstanding and not getting back to you. I'm working on emails, y'all. I really, really apologize, Gail, because you hold down the whole space. You hold me down, and I mean no disrespect, okay? And I don't want you to think that. Thank you for coming through today. But I saw your live stream with somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And then I after I saw that live stream, then I went back and I was like, oh shit, I completely totally fucking just skimmed through it. It didn't really, you know what I'm saying, fully take the details. So shout out to Gail, man. You know what I mean? Nah, Gail, I just had to do that, Gail. I'm sorry. My bad. And I've been meaning to motherfucking get around to this shit. But like I said, I mean different things. So Gail, I appreciate you coming through and appreciate you for everything you do for the space. But yeah, man. Yeah, man. Listen. Listen, nigga. Al Green got burnt up by talking about the heat between their legs, man. Nigga, Al Green got burnt up by some grits, nigga. Shout out to my man on KFC, man. Greatly appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, brother, for the super sticker. Nigga, Al Green got burnt up by some grits. Okay. All right. I got a cap. I got a cap. Y'all niggas capping stream coming up here soon, man. I'm just gonna get all this stuff together because the level of cap I'm starting to hear, bro, is just ridiculous. All you perfect niggas out here, man. Listen, if you're the perfect nigga, bro, you should be a motherfucking millionaire and a billionaire, okay? And be passing down the motherfucking the keys to success and the motherfucking secrets and the game and the info and the tricks of the trade, all of that shit, nigga. So all of us can be like you. I'm sick and tired of all you perfect ass niggas on motherfucking YouTube. Okay? Tired of you niggas. What's up with you, fam? Tired of you niggas, man. Tired of you perfect niggas. Tired of y'all. But then it goes back to this case of where, okay, so are we going to start giving brothers grace? Now, am I talking about brother fuckers? No. No. But at the same time, can you be a brother fucker and be of some motherfucking positive or whatever to the situation? Theoretically, you can. I mean, I can put out, if you're not out here promoting, what the hell you got going on in the bedroom and so on and so forth, and you're out here strictly doing that, and there are people that do that, because remember, there's gays against grooming. Gays against grooming, right? There are people, and shout out, even remember Flame Monroe, right? Flame Monroe is a Decepticon, but he said he not for talking about none of this sexual shit to the kids, none of this sexual identity shit to the kids, or so on and so forth. So even though he may have a major fucking character flaw, when it comes to one of the most important fucking issues, he knows the motherfucking keep that shit out of it and go from it. Now again, this is just me being real. I know you niggas gonna try to turn it into something different or whatever, whatnot, what have you. But I had to say that so for the purpose. I really don't give a fuck. I'm done giving a fuck about anything you niggas gotta say. And y'all pussy anyway, because you won't motherfucking say nothing to me. But now getting back to the regular brothers, the majority of us, the straight dudes, when and where do we start giving brothers grace? You know what I'm saying? Every nigga ain't motherfucking, Conk Diesel, goddamn, 6'8", 350, 2% body fat, able to pick up the goddamn house and, fuck all the hoes, just walking in the doors, not wiping niggas' nose and all the other shit, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't be, again, you got to be super nigga to get respect. And that's one of the major issues and problems to where we always end up losing. Niggas put unrealistic motherfucking expectations on other niggas in mass. We all do it. I mean, that nigga soft, man. That nigga pussy. That nigga lame. And myself included, present company. I'm talking about me too. It's some niggas that I wrote off, bro. off rip, never talked to him, never had a fucking conversation, whatever, just by looking at the way he does some shit or the way he dressed or the way he motherfucking come off before, you know what I'm saying? I prejudged the brother, but lo and behold, I get to know him, and hey, he a cool dude. You know what I'm saying? Cool people. He dressed a little funny, he dressed a little different, but hey, he's still dope. He a nigga for real. You know what I mean? He got enough nigga in him. You know what I'm saying? And I think, man, a lot of times, what happens is because of how we're raised, and I told you, we're in the midst of trying to figure out and undo again generations of programming. I don't think any other demographic. I know white people don't have to do it. I know Asians don't have to do it. Hell, I doubt Hispanics have to do it, right? But for the major part, man, no other demographic in this country and possibly globally, but I know specifically we just stick to this country, has to go through a rebranding, right? And in the process of rebranding, a re-education of a whole motherfucking race of men as to how to deal with each other, you know what I'm saying, on the level, not always try to get over, healthy competition, but not motherfucking, too much competition and cutthroat and crab in the barrel ass shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're in, man. And niggas try to make it seem like it's just you niggas just on the internet bitching about bitches. No, nigga. I don't know about you. That's all you hear because you're a fucking hater and you a lame. You ain't got no motherfucking, you have no substance of yourself. Them niggas lame. Okay. You a lame ass niggas, all you wait is for somebody else to say some shit for you to disagree with. You can't bring up your own original fucking thought. You a lame ass, dumb ass nigga. Lame ass, dumb ass, talentless ass nigga. I said it. I stand on that. You know what I'm saying? Sick and tired of this shit, bro. Just motherfuckers that do nothing but leech and wait for somebody else to say something to motherfucking make a reply. But either way, right? So we're in the process of, again, rebranding, re-educating, and establishing a positive black male image. One of the major parts in that is going to be what? Education, along with socialization. But again, if everybody just cool with each other and you dumb as hell, that's useless. You know what I'm saying? If everybody just cool and everybody got a mouthpiece and they got swag and riz and and all this other shit or whatever, you know what I'm saying? What's fucking point is that if you can't motherfucking, if you can't read, if you can't do mathematics, you know what I'm saying? You can't motherfucking create a thought of your own. That shit is useless. And like he said, we talked about this the other day. Too much emphasis is put on the personality versus the knowledge, right? Knowledge is power. That's a fact. It's always been a fact. And we're learning this shit right now, man. Right? Let me pull up the stats for the reading. Let's see real quick. No. Where was it? That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. I think it's it right here. What? No, nigga. 1994. No, I don't need that. Oh shit. Hold on. Give me a second, y'all. I say this shit on my phone, but not my damn. Not the search engine. And then I'm trying to find this damn thing, man. But I don't really want to use the worst situations. I need the overall Right. Hold up, y'all. I gotta pull this shit up on here because here we go. Got it right here. This will work. And mind you, this is the Hill. This is a very, very left-leaning, progressive, and pro-black news source. Let me see if they'll give us a thing. Give me a second. God damn. There we go. Cool. All right, great. A second. Damn, there we go. Here we go. And there. My bad, my bad, my bad. Yeah, I'm muted. Appreciate you. So the problem with this, right? And this is why I wanted to dwell on the 84% of black students lack proficiency in mathematics. And let me see. I think it's 81% or 86% in look at the damn thing real quick. What was it? Nope. 85% in reading. So National Assessment of Education Progress, 84% of black students lack proficiency in mathematics and 85% lack proficiency in reading skills, right? So shout yeah, mine too, man. Hey, and shout out to the parents, man. Shout out to the parents doing their job. Okay. Um, one of the biggest issues and problems when we went from parents to motherfucking birthers and breeders, right? Because we know they're very, very not I don't say they're very few, but there are not as many black parents as there used to be. A lot of these people use their kids, single mothers specifically, use their kids as a means of survival. A roof over their head, food in their mouth, hell, a little bit of extra money on the side, be it selling them food stamps, or like I said, their kid is deemed slow or something, and they put them on the medicine, and now they get an SSI check. You know what I'm saying? So once you start understanding that, man, and that's another big thing too. I guess over time we'll come to understand, especially being that the violence against children. I didn't even want to talk about this, man. Shit was so messed up. The lady that quote unquote mistakenly put her kid in the oven. For one, bitch, how you put your baby in a oven, but a own oven? Why is the oven even on? You really supposed to buy that, bro? They should have cooked her ass right there. Oh, bitch, we forgot to. Oh, our bad. But again, and right now on Twitter, everybody's talking about postpartum and yeah, and these women are this. There are too many fucking options. Okay, too many options for women to have for motherfucking postpartum to be this just ultimate motherfucking excuse for them hurting these children. It's bullshit, bro. All right. A man can't say it ever in life. A man's stress in life, bro. And men have motherfucking hormones too, motherfucker. Somehow a man is never motherfucking just, so hormonally imbalanced that he can just go out here and motherfucking, hurt anybody and everybody, his own child, and then it's excuse. No. I ain't heard of that shit. Man getting off with it? Nah. Man hurts his fucking kids, hurts his family. I don't care if he lost his job, if he motherfucking got PTSD, if he got everything going on. That motherfucker is going to jail. Okay? A man does something to his own motherfucking kids, bro. No excuses, no considerations.
You going to jail. That statement gonna send you to jail.
What's up with you, fam? But the women are using the kids as a means of survival. So they aren't investing in these kids. They aren't teaching these kids. Bro, I knew how my ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, how to read and all this stuff before I even went to elementary school. Right? That was like a must for me. Now, the method in which I got was a little harsh. Y'all know the fucking metal bra straps? You know what I'm saying? Pains make you smart, nigga. Fuck all that. All right. My grandma put us in front of a fucking book. Me specifically, right? I don't know if my sister had to go through it. I think it was both, but I was older, so I don't know. And she would tell me, now recite your ABCs. Right? And I would go through, and when I would mess up, I would get popped with that motherfucking metal bra strap on my hand. Nothing crazy, not no major whooping. But again, just that tap, that instant pain. Hey, improve my memory, motherfucker. See, it's crazy, man. I'm not promoting, I'm not promoting corporal punishment or child abuse for a child learning. That again, that's not the best way to do things. Okay. But again, man, clearly the shit worked. And it's crazy again. You put a little bit of pain to a motherfucker, how much they can remember shit, right? Even grown people. All right. It's a certain thing they call, you know what I mean? But yeah, so child is forever blessed. Or that wooden spoon. Didn't I tell you? Come here. Didn't I tell you? And you know what? You didn't do it no more. You learned, right? But and two, like, I guess I was just, naturally fucking gifted in being intelligent or whatever. But I know how to read, count, add, basic, all the stuff I needed to do to be in school. I was already there. And I think I know for a fact, for the most part, even us back then, that was like the standard. When we had and we lived with our grandma, or we stayed with our grandma because mom had to go to work or something, people weren't using daycare as much. Even they were using daycare, it wasn't daycare businesses as much as it was like somebody's house. Like, my great grandma, she kept people's kids and stuff like that, usually family members and stuff like that, because business daycares weren't that big back then. But even back then, it was like overpriced. And then they had certain rules and all kinds of different stuff or whatnot, what have you. So, you know, it was a lot easier just to take it to, you know, the old lady's house that kept kids or whatever before before you had to have a license to do it, you know, and you know, that whatever. But these parents now, and again, the father's involved, and the father's involved, why the kids are this and why the kids are that. Well, listen, this is the problem, right? The father can be involved, but what nobody talks about is the fathers that are involved with difficulty. The father that is involved with fucking pushback. The father that is involved with interference from the mother, right? So those fathers are still involved, but that mother's not letting that man, you know what I'm saying, instill any type of wisdom, any type of knowledge, teach that kid anything. You know what I'm saying? A lot of dads, man, hey, get to pick the kid up, have some fun with him, so on and so forth, and then you got to bring him right back home. My thing is, again, if women keep talking about what the father's not doing, and we've seen this, bro, I've done it. I know plenty of men, even in the military, bro, who have had their kids. Men do not this thing and this fucking bullshit as well. They don't want the kids. They don't want the kids. No, it's not that they don't want the fucking kids. Is that the motherfucking court system don't want them to have the kids because that means less money for them. Because no, your po ass ain't gonna motherfucking, even if you gotta pay child support, you're not gonna pay. And then they don't go for they don't go after women like they do go after the men. Shout out to my man Reaper Rails in the building. Greatly appreciate your brother. Salute, fantastic, great topic, bro. Appreciate you, brother. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Father's involved, not allowed to make decisions. We seen the thing happen the other day. The mom complained about the haircut. We've seen the videos about the dad, you know, getting the daughter's hair done, all stuff, whatever, and the mom motherfucking cutting the beads out the baby hair, all these different things. Just vindictive ass motherfucking women, bro. And people act like, especially in the black community, that is one. Let me say this too. And I'm glad when we talk about this conversation, man. One of the biggest issues and problems that needs to be addressed in the black community is the interference of mothers with their motherfucking children in a relationship with their father. Okay? All right? And I'm not talking about the ain't shit niggas. I'm not talking about the jail niggas. I'm not talking about the motherfucking notorious nutters. I'm not talking about the niggas that's got motherfucking 13 kids by motherfucking 14 different fucking chicks. That's what I'm talking about. But I'm talking about the good fathers always are the one with the problems. Why? Because usually if you're a good father, you're somewhat of a good man. And that woman is mad because you don't want to be with her. So if you don't want to be with her, you don't want to be with your kid. No, bitch, I just don't want you. I don't want you. My kid is a part of me. Will always be. They got mad at this girl last year sometime. She was saying, it was like, she's so disrespectful, but she was right. Listen, your child is always going to be motherfucking a part of you, bro. And this is the one of the biggest lies that's ever been told. And you know, it's brother that still said, well, you know, it's the spouse and it's your spouse before the kids. Like, no, the fuck is not, you idiot. No, it's not. Because your spouse can stop being your spouse tomorrow. Your spouse can motherfucking say, fuck you, nigga, I'm out. I don't love you no more. I don't like you. A new nigga came through. All right. Your kids are forever though, fam. That's a part of you. That's your lineage. If you got a son, that's your motherfucking namesake. That's your bloodline. Even if you don't got a son, you're still your bloodline with your daughter. So what are we saying here? Oh man, yeah, man. You know, you got to put your girl, you got to put your wife before your kids. Like, man, she get that stupid ass shit up out of here. And now you done did all these motherfucking years of putting your motherfucking wife before your kids. Then your wife leave you. Then your wife turned the motherfucking kids against you. Now what? Now you done lost all on everything. You know your daddy don't love you. He out with his new family. Yeah, he chose his new family over you. Let me see that. It was this shit. I know I say this on IG. Hold on. So I can find this on IG. This fucking clown. And I didn't. Maybe why y'all sent it to me in a thing. I think y'all sent it to me in a y'all sent it to me in a message. So I know I ain't gonna never find that shit. Y'all sent it to me in a message. But pretty much it was this thing where they were saying, you know, how the dude was like, I hate you, Dad. I can't stand you. Like, boy, I gave your mama $4,000 a week. What you talking about? And then he confronts the mama and she's like, well, you know, I didn't say that. Yeah, man. How many times we seen this, bro? Nigga, Tupac daddy alive. I don't think we covered that enough. I think I touched on it when it came out. Like, hold on, nigga. Whoa. He passed away and I didn't cry because my anger wouldn't let me feel for a stranger. Nigga, your daddy alive. This nigga doing interviews in 2023. Fuck going on here? What do you mean? So she lied to the nigga about who his daddy was? Or did she lie and tell him that his daddy died? Like, what's going on here? How many times we heard the story of the black boy that comes to find out that his black father didn't abandon him, didn't hate him, didn't neglect him, did not love him, was trying. What's the brother name, y'all, that did the brother that was the actor on Big Mama's House? Wasn't that him? Or what was the other kid? Yeah, me neither, Clockwork. I wasn't a clock. I said I didn't like him. I wasn't a fan. I didn't dislike him, but I wasn't a fan of Pac. I was Biggie over Pac. I mean, it is what it is. Again, you can't go from being a motherfucking ballerina to the hardest nigga in the world in like 5 years and doing the Humpty dance hard as fuck. Okay. Well, Kevin Murray, it was an exaggeration, brother. He was making a point. They were being hyperbolic, but yeah, you get the picture. But yeah, you can't go from doing the Humpty dance hard as hell, brother, to being, you know, America's Most Wanted type shit. Yeah, listen, man. Crazy. Seminole, that's wild. And again, to this day, people still, you know what I'm saying? Dear Mama is one of the motherfucking, that song is that song's iconic. It's never gonna go nowhere. You still hear that shit get played every Mother's Day, anytime motherfucking somebody mama died or whatever they used as a background. And she was a piece of shit mother. Afeni, right? Afeni Shakur. Afeni Shakur is his mom's name, right? Afeni Shakur. That's Tupac's mom's name. Oh, here we go. No, brother. No. No, he got to get this work too. God bless the dead. All right, y'all think that nigga still alive anyway? Hell, he ain't. According to y'all, he in Cuba. The nigga ain't dead. Tupac, the only motherfucker that y'all let motherfucking shake Uncle Charles, nigga. Bone Thugs talking about he's alive. I knew y'all niggas know all these damn Tupac alive theory. I'm not about to play with y'all niggas my age, so we know how this go. I'm not finna do this with you niggas. Like I said, Tupac helped motherfucking perpetuate this motherfucking just God figure, God tier, you know, perfect black mom motherfucking rhetoric, bro. He got to get this work. His mom was a motherfucking piece of shit. Even though he was a crack fiend mama, you always was a black queen mama. Even though he had different daddies, the same drama. So this bitch was a crack addict, a 2-time baby mama, And she lied to her son about his daddy being dead. This hoe is horrible. Horrible. What about that is a good fucking mama? And they got her ass in the video and interviews, and this bitch was a terrible mother. Two-time baby mama. Did she have Tupac in jail? Was Tupac born in jail? Or at least she was locked up when she had him. She was pregnant, right? Chef Disaster, no, you're right, brother. But I don't know. Was Pac, you're the Pac defense right now, brother. You are representing the motherfucking Tupac motherfucking defense, brother. So legal defense. So was Tupac going off the information that his mama gave him? Or was this nigga lying to us? Did he know his daddy was alive? I don't know. That's where I'm at, Chef. You gotta make the call, brother. If that nigga knew his daddy was alive, he just as guilty. But if he really believed his daddy died, hey, you're right. I'm with you. But we don't know because he ain't here. That nigga in Cuba. Yeah, man, listen, man. Listen, man. Here we go. Nigga. Even though you was a crack fiend mama, you always was a black queen mama. Brother, what classification is higher than theirs? Damn near sainthood, nigga. Oh, so he put it on the mama. So we together then, Chef. Pac got to get mentioned because it's his ain't shit ass mama. Or was his ain't shit ass mama. Sorry. See, okay, that's okay. So yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So yeah, she lied to him. That's fucked up. See, well, Tice, we gonna go with the first one, Tice. We gonna say he didn't know. We gonna say he believe his mama's lies. But just that alone, man, like, you know, moving forward, right? So many black boys go through this fucking situation as to where your mother betrayed you. I told y'all, bro, I went through the same shit. Not with my relationship with my dad. My mom, one thing I can give my credit for, my mom never interfered with my relationship with my dad. But the stuff, again, that my mom did not tell me, right? And I told y'all the certain decisions that she made and just her parenting style was just so motherfucking just detrimental, bro. You know what I mean? It limited me in so many ways, right? Pretty much like, you know, and then her own personal stuff or whatnot. And that's why I say, man, as a parent, bro, it's your responsibility to take care of you for your kids. A lot of people don't do that. All right. We know, hey, life is hard. Adulting is hard, nigga. It is. But when you have children, your life is not your own. The minute you decide to motherfucking have a child, be you man or woman, your life is no longer your own. It belongs to somebody else. It is your motherfucking job, man, to kill and die for that child if necessary. That's supposed to be the motherfucking expectation. Right? Okay? So you make the decision to have that child. It's your responsibility to keep yourself together mentally, emotionally, financially, and improve as much as possible. You know what I mean? So you can show the little you how to become a version of the bigger you, a better version of the bigger you. You know what I'm saying? That's supposed to be the goal, at least my understanding. Am I saying I'm a perfect parent? No. Is anybody going to be a perfect parent? No. There's going to be shit in times when we fuck up, right? But hey, you live, you learn, you love, and you get better, right? You know what I'm saying? But again, now, when we look at everything on the outside looking in, how many of these kids are even getting the motherfucking loving and learning part? How can a woman say she loves her children if she, again, won't even motherfucking give them a good dad off rip? How can we say she loves her children if she keeps motherfucking having children in poverty? How can she say she loves her fucking children if she's not motherfucking learning shit? She's not making sure they learning a damn thing. The most important motherfucking concepts and understandings of life. Right? Well, what about the dad? What about the dad? Again, the dad is a motherfucking ride along or a proxy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Even in the marriage. Because again, what can that woman do at any point in time? And the numbers say if she wants to leave her husband, she takes the kids with her. That's what the numbers say. I'm just going with the math. A lot of this stuff, y'all want to have no responsibility on the man. Y'all have no responsibility on the man. No, the man is responsible. But again, the man can't be as responsible when the woman has more motherfucking control of the situation. And she's going to win out more likely than not. Oh, well, man, there's some fathers with custody. Bro, that's the 1%. That's the 1%, my nigga. Again, are we going to use the exception as the rule? Of course not, right? That's not what men do. That's not what logical people do. So we look at the reality of the situation and we address it from that point of view, right? From that angle. So once you have that understanding, man, and again, now you start looking at, again, the deep decline and degradation of the learning capabilities of our children, who's been in control. 84%, y'all. Not, hey, so let's break this down. Let's break it down. 84 and 85% are not proficient. Okay? That's motherfucking 16 and 15. Nigga, what is that? A F minus? Less than 20% of children are proficient. Less than 20%. And this is the future adults. And everybody thought it was oh so funny when it was the black boys. Well, why these boys can't learn and the girls learning? No. Now we know y'all lying. Y'all putting it on the boys to, again, keep the black male in. You know, you niggas is dumb. You niggas, all you want to do is play sports and rap and trap and do all this other shit. No. Black children, not just the boys. Not just the boys, black children. And I was like, you know what? Damn, that's crazy to me as to how, you know, black boys are just somehow, and how the black girls learning, but the boys not learning. Didn't make sense. And at some point in time, what happened is that they weren't reporting on the girls. You're going to look at that data, there isn't even a comparison. And they did this comparison of, to say black boys were behind in reading literacy. They compared them to white boys. You can't find the same study for white girls, black girls compared to white girls. This is where we start talking about, you know what I'm saying, how this shit is way, way deeper than surface, bro. And like we're just trying to combat that, so we're not really thinking about the deeper levels of it. And like, okay, well, hold on, how are the black girls doing? Well, you never know, because they're not doing that comparison, because they don't want to make them look bad. Black girl magic, black girls rock. What's the other, whatever the other motherfucking bullshit ass motherfucking propaganda is, where, you know, black women are motherfucking earning more money and black women are more educated and black women are this and black women that. Well, hey, if motherfucking only 20% of them are goddamn, you know, literate and proficient in motherfucking mathematics, that shit ain't gonna last for too long. And then what we know again is, hell, when y'all go to school, shit, most of y'all going, you're not graduating you're not graduating in a normal 4-year time period. Okay. You're not getting a degree that's about shit. And you're still not earning more or as much as motherfucking other motherfucking groups. Nowhere close to it. So again, what we say, what the whole point of this education, black women more educated, you niggas not educated, is again what? It's a motherfucking jab at black men. You know what I'm saying? It's the motherfucking shit on the black man. It's the shit on the black boys. And this is why you niggas can't this is why you niggas can't that. Because again, but at the end of the day, bro, what's more important? And again, we are not the people that are, you bitches ain't this, you bitches ain't that, you bitches is dumb, you bitches is broke, you bitches. No, bro, listen. The biggest bullshit, and I'm apologizing for the rants I'm putting in here, man. But I'm getting sick and tired of motherfuckers just like talking shit, bro, but never would dare have the conversation or debate or whatever, and just try to pick apart and pick little fucking bits and pieces to fucking joke and like, SBE, you niggas want the bitch to, y'all, you shaming her, you wanted to, bruh, this shit is much deeper than that, bro. Nobody's worried about that shit, bro. Again, bro, listen, as much as I say fuck them kids that ain't mine and so on and so forth, I understand the importance of the collective. All right, I have to motherfucking raise my kids properly, but it don't matter how motherfucking good I raise my kids, all the rest of the kids ain't shit. Okay, if all the rest of the kids motherfucking drug dealing, killing, gorilling, motherfucker, my kids is gonna be a fucking victim. Or gonna be fighting for their motherfucking life in court. Or they gotta become the motherfucking killer they goddamn self so they don't get killed. So when I say this shit, man, it's like niggas just want to keep it at that and act like everything is just that and that's it. No, motherfucker. Okay? Whether even if you got kids, you have to be as concerned as I am. That's why I can never just be like completely totally fuck the community. Fuck them niggas. That's what I'm saying. What I tell you, get to the lifeboats. Get off the burning, sinking ship of fucking niggas. But black people got to get to the lifeboats. Black people are who I'm concerned with. Black people are who I'm motherfucking willing to work with. Black people are who I know that motherfucking understand that, hey, man, we got what now? What we at? 20? We got 19 years. Not 9, my dumb ass. I'm sorry. We got what? 29 years. 29 years, 2053. That's what it is, 2053. So we got 29 years left, man. $29 years. Less than 30 years that says, hey, black people are going to be a motherfucking permanent underclass. Like the majority of niggas going to be poor, and that's it. No chance of motherfucking coming out of the motherfucking barrel that everybody wants to keep everybody in. Okay? It's my job to make sure that my motherfucking bloodline, my lineage, okay, is not motherfucking in that motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? Is one of the few. That's my job. If I don't do that job, it's on me. But me being armed with this fucking information and knowing, right? Moving the way I need to move, making the proper decisions I need to make, and then passing that down to my kids so they know I can do my job. And hopefully more other black people doing their job. Again, fuck them niggas, man. The acceptance of and the acceptance of and from niggas is what we got to get the fuck away with, bro. We got to get away from that shit. I don't give a damn about what these niggas want or what these niggas think or all this other shit. And that's what I'm starting to realize. Shout out to Lil Rock for the 2, man. You spitting bars, man. Appreciate you, brother. You know me. I know I try, man. I try. But this education shit, bro, is truly at a beyond critical level, because we're sub 20% and there's nothing looking like it's going to improve. The bigger the city, the urban area, whatever, the worse off they're doing. You know what I mean? So once we start seeing this, and in the meantime, between time, black women just obsessed with, we getting more degrees than y'all. We going to college more than y'all. We doing this, we doing that. We you know, you niggas is dumb. You niggas can't this, you niggas can't that. You niggas, and again, Charlotte, where's that getting us? I'm not saying they need to come to the table. I'm not begging them to motherfucking work this shit out. I just need you to shut the fuck up. That's all I want. Think you better and do all that other shit, blah, blah, whatever you think you're doing, do it. Buy your houses that you're most likely gonna motherfucking foreclose on. Do it. Open your businesses that's gonna motherfucking fail within first 3 years. Do it. Do all that shit, but do it in silence. Because we get penalized when we were like, okay, well, shit. You know, black men are also and have, you know, over the last 20 years or so improved here, and here. Oh, you niggas still broke. You niggas still ain't making as much money as a white man. You niggas ain't, can't, don't, won't. And it's just like, bro, I'm really because niggas, because this is more so because of the niggas that keep complaining about the shit that we're talking about and purposely motherfucking turning it into y'all want to argue with the bitches, right? Because they slow, they dumb, they stupid, they lame. They probably broke more likely than they got themselves, right? And that's why I say, man, you got to start establishing, you know, levels, man. There are hierarchies. They're always going to be. There are levels of motherfucking people to deal with. But shout out to Gail in the building. Appreciate you, Gail.
You're too down with the gang. You're one of my members.
Thank you, Gail, for gifting those memberships. If you guys, whoever caught them, could please maintain them, it would be greatly appreciated, man. Shout out to all the new members. It's only $3 a month, man. Hey, save yourself them couple of pounds, baby. All right, don't put that shit in that snack machine, bro. $3 ain't nothing, man. $3 a month, you good. But yeah, man. You know, once you have that understanding of that shit, dog. Yeah, man. But the librarian brother. And let me show you guys one more of these before librarian brother. There we go. Hold on. There you go. I think this. No, that's not the one. Where's the one? I'm trying to find the viral one. The one that like he really went fucking viral with. Trying to remember. That nigga had a vest on. I think he had on a vest. Trying to find it. And listen, man. I don't know how old he is. He look like he might be our age. Yeah, and let me do this. Let me see. What the hell are we at? Hey, do me a favor, man. Hit the like button for me, please, and thank you. I greatly appreciate it. Let me see this real quick. Where is it? That's not it. It's a cat. Here we go.
That's one of our regular unhoused library users who was crying in the parking lot. I walked up to them. I said, "I'm so sorry. Is there anything I can do to help?" They explained that they were very cold and they just wanted to know if the library had any clothes that we could provide them. I said, "I'm so sorry. The library does open soon. You can come on inside out of the elements. We just don't have any clothes to give." I went inside, set my stuff down, said, "You know what?" Went back out to my car, got one of my spare hoodies, and I gave it to this person who needed it. And the reason I did that is because I've met so many kind-hearted library colleagues throughout my years who have given people in need spare shirts, socks, even shoes.
Now that's a motherfucking what's the name thing? That's a Cali thing. Cause Cali, you know, y'all got them damn y'all got a huge homeless problem. All right, huge problem. But again, man, I don't know. Again, the brother's just happy. Okay, he's happy. I don't know. I raised by libraries. Hold on, whoa, brother. Wait. So this is what I'm saying. Listen, the brother's transparent. I'm not laughing at it. But hey, you got to take this into consideration. All right. Now the brother is very transparent, and I don't know if y'all can see this. Y'all can read this. The brother's already on medications, man. All right. Maybe that's why he's so happy. Okay. Y'all can't read that shit, but that shit say Lexapro, man. All right. So for y'all claiming that the nigga don't got mental health, the nigga on the hill with his goddamn bottles. What are you talking about? I gotta go cuss this bitch out here because she was just acting like the nigga was just making this shit up. Hold on, man. Can I find this shit? This bitch. Hold on. Damn it, where this bitch at? Who's just talking shit? I know you niggas. God damn, I just find that shit after the fact. Kev, what's up with you, man? Well, hey, Gail, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what pro is for. But go ahead, Kev, it's on you, bro.
Yeah, hey, can you hear me pretty well?
Yeah, you loud and clear, brother. Go right ahead.
Yeah, I was looking at I actually looked at the articles on this gentleman, Mychal Threets, I want to say.
Yep. Yep.
I mean, okay, yeah, he's got a little bit of non-standard behavior, but that's fine. I mean, the guy's not doing anything wrong. He's a functional adult. He's a librarian. He's working for himself. He's not a problem to anybody. He's not a stain on the on society. He does have some mental health issues that he does need to work through, and he's working with that. And he's an advocate for mental health. He likes reading. He grew up. His parents, had him in the library, and that's where his love of reading comes from. And he sees the library as a remember now this is I guess he's what is he is he a millennial? Yeah, because he's
That's
about
what I'm trying to
33
tell.
years old.
I think he's our age. I mean, well,
Yeah,
not
so
age.
he's 33, 34 years old. So he's he's a little bit older to kind of be with his unusual personality. So people are kind of getting at him a little bit about that. But look, my thing is, if somebody says they got mental health and they're putting it out there and they're trying to raise awareness and stuff like that, that's not the guy you mess with. You see what I'm saying? You don't make
Yeah.
fun of him. You don't pick at this dude, and you don't try to belittle him and all this other stuff. Now I'm gonna tell you what I think really got him because he said he's taking he's quitting his job, right?
Yeah.
So hopefully he's just taking some time off, just a mental health break. Okay, because people need to do that sometimes. Shit, I couldn't get that, but it is what it is. I never even thought about that shit, until you started hearing about this stuff. All of
Yeah.
that being said, um, yeah, I think it seems to me the real sticking point was that people started coming at him because he's in a library, he's dealing with people, and then there's a lot of kids flowing in and out of there. And they're like, "Look, you're mid-30s, you got this quirky personality. You're talking about mental health." And then people kind of threw the low level, not open or overt, but low level accusations around him messing with kids, and that seems to be a sticking point for me. Because you can't throw that stuff at me, and then because I'm gonna come hard. You see what I'm saying? Like when people accuse you of being something that you're not, especially when there's some legal and criminal ramifications there. So he took that kind of personal. Now, obviously, he's a good dude doing the stuff he's supposed to do. He's not bothering anybody. There's no indication that he's doing anything illegal or messing with anybody or being inappropriate and all this other stuff. But there are some people in the comments kind of making what you call it insinuations towards that, and then they were getting at them with his mental health and his quirky personality, and the way he dresses and how he talks and his little what do you call it, and his upbeat demeanor. And I'll be honest with you, I don't mind those type of people. They're okay people. I can't be around them too long because but I'm not gonna mess with them, because if they're cheerful and they got a great personality and they see the glass is, what do you call it, half empty, or they're optimistic like that, I'm fine with it. But I can't be around them too long, only because I see what's going on in the world, and there's a lot of things that are messed up, and I process that while I got to deal with my regular life and then other stuff that's going on. That's not to say I'm not a cheery person, but what I'm saying is that it's hard to maintain that all the time. But remember, he's only dealing with himself. He's got no responsibilities. He's not married. He's got no kids. The only other issue that he has is he's got to deal with his mental health, and people are messing with him because of that. So I would see that's the problem. And if he just needs to take some time away to kind of get that straight and check in with he actually has a mental health team. Like, this is serious for him. So I don't see any issue with it, but people just need to lay off this dude and just let him be.
Yeah, man.
That's the way I see it.
Cool. Shout out to Mr. O with info. Go ahead, brother. It's on you.
Yeah, man. You know what? This is what we never talk about in the community. Regarding the so-called test scores for the children after every reading, we got to come down and say it like this. It's a lot of low IQ MFers in our community that basically has became the popular voices and so-called leaders of the community, and the ones with high IQs, logical reasoning, critical thinking skills, they get shunned and dismissed because they think outside of the box and don't go with the conventional norms to what other people around. Now, let's talk about the gentleman that we have for the stream. A lot of black people, specifically black men and some black women, will go ahead and try to shit on this man because he's not your so-called stereotypical angry black man. They need you to be the poster child of what's already been going on and for centuries it's going on. We're supposed to be the aggressive, low brow, low energy, low vibrational type of individual amongst all of us. Instead of being happy go lucky, happy, not happy in the sense of being a part of the rainbow, but happy in the sense that I know myself. I'm comfortable with myself. I can do things that other black men are afraid to do or don't want to do. Like how many black? I used to go to the library. Yeah, I'm in the South Side Chicago. I used to spend time in the library because I didn't want to be an ignorant ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? And especially I was in the hood and I was doing hood shit, and I was surprised men that was older than me and younger than me that understand the law. So you mean to tell me y'all talk all this gangster stuff all the damn time, but don't refuse to go to the library, look at the Black Law Dictionary, understand what the hell you doing, and when they hit you with the so-called football years, you understand what they're talking about? Sorry about that, man. I'm on the train, you know what I'm saying? That's how we get down to Chicago, you know what I'm saying? But yes, yeah. But I'm gonna go ahead and land my plane real quick. A lot of black men, we are getting sick of being put into boxes and labels, especially the ones that actually good, can think, and speak very well. A lot of people don't like these type of black men, especially got masculinity with you. They hate that. So they either gonna be either or. Either gonna be a soft-spoken, weak black man, or you're gonna be one of these rah gun-toting assholes that they like the black dragon books on YouTube and Twitter.
Okay. Appreciate you, bro. Chef Disaster, what's up with you?
Hey, what up, Mr. Fantastic? How my sound?
Great, brother. Go right ahead.
All right. I'm gonna say the case with the young man on the screen is the same thing that makes you laugh will make you cry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Earlier you touched on it saying that they don't want black men around kids because we come with a different kind of stigma. You know what I mean? Like we're aggressive, we just don't we can't be librarians and we can't get those type of positions, or even in the corporate field, they don't want us to be too aggressive as well. So you know what I'm saying? Like I
You went out, bro. Shit, yeah,
but
you back.
what I'm saying is I think that those positions aren't available for men with that type of aggression. But the fact that he has the possession, the fact that he has that position says that they looked at that character trait of him and gave him that position purposely. So I don't think him having that position as a librarian, they know that the children are not in any danger or anything like that because that's what they're looking for. That's the type of image they're trying to put out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, like you said, man.
I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah, you can't.
I think
Oh,
my
my bad.
sound
I'm
went
muted.
down.
No, you was good. You good. You went down for a little minute, but you came
Let
back.
me tap out and tap back in. My mama was trying to call me, so
Okay,
it
cool,
might have
cool.
messed up the
I think
sound.
I bet. I think he's behind now. Yeah. Um. But yeah, man, like you said, bro. One of the things that happens, is again the stigma around it, to where more likely than not, you are too hard, you are too brash, you are too aggressive, all these different things, right? So you working around kids in itself is a issue, right? So if this brother, what I'm saying, naturally has something that's more conducive to working with kids, that's his personality type. I mean, like I say, for the most part, it's a positive. As long as he's not doing nothing, doing nothing, um, you know, diabolical, what I'm saying, or whatever, which there's been no claims or anything of that. I mean, like you said, man, this is where he fits in. Cause like, this guy, his personality type, he's not gonna be able to work at a factory job. He's gonna be fucking bullied. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be a lot of places that he cannot work just because he's a softer guy, right? He has a happy go lucky. personality. So the library is actually what works for him. You know what I mean? It matches his personality type. We really think about it.
Yeah, he
Right.
comes off like a
Right.
sheltered ambivert type. You know what I'm saying? See, I'm gonna get a little bit of like he might be on the spectrum a little bit as well, but you know what I'm saying, that has nothing to do with it. He's a human being, and a lot of people in America don't like to come to the realization that we are human beings. That we have feelings, we have different thought processes, emotionalities, and everything in between. Just to go ahead and try to put a man into a box and say that he's doing stuff that's not normally being shown on movies, TV, or music, that's preposterous. And a lot of people, because I'll use that same talking point with the P-Dub, if I say that all y'all just ratchet, what's the name? What's that rapper chick name? Not Lil, Sexy Red. Y'all all Sexy Red, Rihanna, Nicki Minaj, and stuff like that. Ain't none of y'all got the intelligence or the so-called vernacular or type of fortitude to stay on your own ground, on your own merit, and actually be a woman about y'all. I'll get canceled. They'll call me all type of misogynist and all type of things, but they can say the same thing about us being super predators, being broke, dusty, don't have no type of personality. We show them to a guy like this, like he's something. I can't deal with that. He seems something off about him just because he's not out here talking rah nigga this nigga that, or I'm going to spin on the ops like this and like that. I'm passing the mic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Real quick. I don't know if y'all follow football. If you do, and y'all heard of the brother Eric Bieniemy, he used to coach the Kansas City Chiefs, the offensive coordinator, and
Yeah,
a
he's
lot
at
of
the
the
Washington Redskins. Yeah.
yeah, a lot of the rhetoric about him is he don't interview well, and I'm saying I try to ponder like how do you don't interview well, and then I did some research and got the backstory. He's a more aggressive coach, and that kind of goes against the other young man you just had on the on the pen. I forgot his name, but the brother from Cali. They have two different personalities, and the reason why Eric Bieniemy can't get a job, he knows what he's doing, is because of the aggression that the corporate world fears that the men of our culture have. They don't want that. They don't want that to be in control. They don't want that to be at the forefront.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think like I said, it's the same thing that makes you laugh will make you cry because like in our culture where we come from, you got to be stern. You got to be able to put your foot down. You got to be able to do these things to raise quality young men. Because if you don't tap that hand when they do something wrong or get out of line, then you're gonna have children doing things that they're not supposed to be doing.
Well, like you said, right? Another big thing, a part of it is like you said, we do the coaching thing, right? We all saw what happened to Deion Sanders his first year as a coach at Colorado, and pretty much like everybody came out to he was winning, right? Won the first three, which again was 3 times the amount of wins they had last year, right? So even at the end of the year, he still had a better outcome. But all they saw was the fact of the matter after he won, they couldn't wait for him to lose to talk shit, right? And then he's this and he's that, and Jason Whitlock went on his whole motherfucking thing. We had these motherfucking bum ass players that didn't make the cut or whatever. He told them to get up out of there, to try and demonize him and turn into this just this horrible person. When again, man, like you said, how better can you get for a football coach than one of the greatest football players to ever play the game, right? Who clearly motherfucker understands what he did, had success in the shit.
Well, I mean,
HBCU,
he's at
yeah, the HBCU,
HBCU level.
yeah,
Yeah.
HBCU level, championship level. What's the name? So again, what are we saying here? But again, like you said, it's always this. You have not done enough black man type shit, right? It's always like, and it's not just outside looking in. I told you, niggas was doing the same thing. Black men, Jason Whitlock's a black man with, and he for whatever reason he's on this fucking campaign to make Deion just look like this fucking narcissistic, asshole that shouldn't be coaching.
Man, Jason Whitlock is nothing but a shock junkie that needs a motherfucking people talking about black men to establish. He can't say on his own merits. He needs some black man to do something egregious so he have a career as a journalist. I would take him seriously all the time.
Yeah.
Yo, that was a great way to put it, Mr. Fantastic. For people that don't understand where I was going with it, Deion Sanders is a perfect example. Appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, we're gonna see what he does next year. He's gonna win. They're gonna win a few more games next year. I don't know how competitive they'll be, but I mean, in a couple more years they'll be in like serious contention if it goes that well, because other kids are gonna want to come. Well, young I don't want to call them kids. Other young men are gonna want to come play the more that they win, and he's gonna win more games next year. They're gonna be better. They've already he used basically this year as a learning year in order to kind of shore up some deficiencies. He had to do what he had to do. And then, they started losing towards the end. But again, first year coach, he fixes it next year. They'd have a better season, and then he's going to get even, better. But everybody was, I watched him. I'm not even Colorado. I've never been to Colorado. I've had reason to go. Well, I think, no, I've been in the state for a couple of times for some work. But I mean, I don't follow the school other than Coach Sanders. That would be the only reason I follow the school. I followed him in Jackson State. From the day he signed as head coach, and when he did his first press interview, I've been following because I'm interested in what he was going to do. And then the only thing he didn't do that I wanted to see him do was win a black national championship. I wish he'd have stayed another year so he could get that. But outside of that, he did what he needed to do at that level, and he had a lot of people not helping him. And then he goes on to another at the D1 level, and then people are trying to. It looks like people were actually trying to sabotage him to some extent, wanting to see him fail.
They was, Kev. You so right.
Yeah, because every Saturday I put up when he's playing, when Colorado's playing, I put on again. I'm not a student there. I bought the Jackson State gear. I got the Colorado gear, and I'm out doing it. And my wife and I were out going to the games and stuff, or watching the games on TV and stuff like that. But I want to see him be successful because I want to see him in contention for a national championship. The longer he goes, the better he's going to get. But I'm telling you, there are people that want to see him fail to the extent there were articles floating around that that other coaches within the Pac-12 were conspiring against him, and they were getting together and saying, hey, look, this weakness here, this weakness there. They were giving them notes and all this other stuff, there's nothing wrong with them doing that, but they were going out of their way to do it where they wouldn't do it for these other coaches. You see what I'm saying? Like they want to see him actually, not do well.
Because he's Deion Sanders. Look, Deion Sanders has a career being a braggadocious ass nigga on and off the field. Hell, he's one of the greatest athletes in any sport, both in baseball and football history. A lot of white boys didn't like Deion Sanders because they couldn't do what he was doing and did it in a very championship-like way. You know what I'm saying? So when they see this motherfucker coming to their rank of the woods, you know what I'm saying, about to take over their spot, they're like, oh no, we gotta go ahead and get this nigga up out of here, man. I don't care. He's gonna bring a lot of prestige to the NCAA tournament, football league, and all that shit. No, he got to go.
Yeah, absolutely. But the other thing with that too is that people forget also he's a two-sport star. We forget that he played baseball. Yeah. See, people almost forget that he played baseball. Had Atlanta won the World Series, he actually would have been the MVP of that series. He was playing that well.
He was the year before they won it. He was there the year before they won it.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But so he'd have been the only person to have a championship in two different sports, which would have been an amazing accomplishment. No, that's
him and Bo Jackson.
Even his own company. So, but at any rate, back to this gentleman with the mental health issues. Look, there seems to be this thing where you can just screw up black men. Right? Because I'm not sure they do this to a white man or somebody LBGT or somebody with a serious mental health issue. Like he already has that. He's made that known as part of his platform. So this guy, it's just that he comes off a little, people would describe him as quirky and weird, and again, he's not my cup of tea, but I'm not gonna fuck with the guy either. I'll be like, hey, hello, hey, appreciate what you're doing, man. Keep up the great work.
White people be talking about that. They call them soy boys. You forgot about that? They call them soy boys. They call them avocado toys recipients, all type of shit. They talk about this amongst their ranks.
Yeah, well, we got to get to a point when black men are productive And then as long as they're not bothering anybody and they're not, being a drain on society, congratulate these men and leave them the hell alone. However they are, whatever their personalities are, as long as they're not breaking any laws. Like I'm telling you, U.S. society has this thing where you get to screw up black men, and there's almost no repercussions behind it. Because think about this being somebody else or a woman, that has a quirky personality, and y'all screwing with her, right? Like
Well,
we
hold on,
can do
Chris.
this.
Let me address this. So, first of all, just let me know you're not the person you're saying you are, Abdul Wakil. No, that you must. I don't know if you're new here or whatever, but we don't do no motherfucking white supremacy shit over here. First and foremost, and no fucking white person is better than me off their race. You can definitely hit that link too. By the way, let me re-put it up here for you. Since you want to talk shit from the chat, please click the link and come up here. So instead of just trolling from the chat. No, simply pointing out the fact again that the black man is held to a different and higher standard of where again that team was a 1-win team the year before, and no one is even acknowledging the fact of the matter that he had three wins compared to the fucking one than the year before. All right, as a first time fucking college head coach and completely totally revamping the thing. Yeah, so don't come to me with that bullshit, fam. We don't do that over here. And a
Right.
white
I
man
thought this was about
cut me for doing
hierarchy.
shit in
I thought
life.
it was about a hierarchy. I don't know nothing about what he talking about. Like
Yeah.
there's a hierarchy that you simply got to live by. Even when you go to the military, your job, even at your motherfucking house, there's a hierarchy. Like I don't understand. Even in your religion, it has nothing to do with race. Like what is he talking about?
Yeah, motherfucker talking about either. Again, you can click that link. He won't though.
Well, I mean, it probably has a little bit to do with it, but it's not the whole thing. My whole thing is that if these men are not doing anything, whatever their race, whatever their gender, whatever their sexual orientation, all that other stuff, leave these dudes alone and let them be. I look at it like this: the dude is making an issue of his mental health. So why y'all messing with him? The good thing is that there are people online that are supporting him, and the people that do their little hashtags and stuff like that. I know he's going to get his mental health, what you call it, evaluation, his support, and all this other stuff. But the dude has an actual team. He has a mental health team that he checks in with. So that's serious business. So why are we
Yeah.
screwing with this guy?
Because the community and black people alike have low IQs and they think it moves like children between the ages of 8 to 80. A lot of black folks, especially our so-called elders, right? Y'all got to agree with me. The baby boomers are our elders. They are not our elders. They are none but arrested development teenagers. And they pass that shit along to Gen X, millennials, and now Gen Z. And we got, and I hate to say it, we only a few of those that's in the black community right now on YouTube. They actually talk about this type of matter. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
Crazy.
Right. If in any culture, race, whatever you want to call it, if you take the dominant structure out of that hierarchy, you're gonna have some issue with the children, with the children. That's just the bottom line. So for people to misidentify what we're talking about shows the intelligence of that of the people that are trying to critique what they're hearing. They're just not hearing it properly. You know what I mean? Maybe you need to rethink what you say before you post it and then post it again or hit the link and explain it better. But for me, it's about
So troll.
yeah, it's about having the proper hierarchy in the proper place at the proper time. When you have boys and you have girls, there needs to be somewhere a stern hand. There needs to be a stern foot being put down. And if you don't have those type of personalities in the structure, then you're gonna have the problem. Now, for all I can know, the kid that we're talking about, the guy, the librarian, he could have both his parents in his household. There's nothing wrong with him. To me, there's nothing wrong with him. But no matter what race it is, if you take that fatherly structure out of the household, you're gonna get trash. You're gonna get pookies. You're gonna get ray rays if you do that.
You
All the
talking
way
about
across
order.
the board.
You want
Yeah.
order. That's what you want, KC. Order. Again, the community does not and will not tolerate order. You do not have fun with order. You can't get lit off of order. You can't ridicule a motherfucker for not doing the same shit that you are doing and feel bad about yourself because they are doing something orderly fashion, and you won't be a dysfunctional degenerate that will cause number all types of fuckery. Stop the curse on your stream, Mr. Fantastic.
Right. Just to touch on what Mr. Fantastic said earlier about Tupac. He was a ballerina, and I'm sure his father wasn't around to raise that eyebrow to say, "Hey, look, young brother, you sure that's something you want to do?" There has to be someone there to do that, and that's clear evidence that it wasn't someone there to do that. His mother said, "Oh, go ahead, son. That's all right. Go ahead and do that." But I know most of us men on the panel, we ain't gonna do that with our sons. Or we ain't gonna let our daughters sag their pants and put their hat on backwards. Like, come on now. That's what we
Well,
really talking about.
yeah. So this kind of segues into the other topic that Mr. Fan was talking about, which is, look, when 85% of black kids, man, cannot read or do math beyond the 8th grade level. That's the boys and the girls. Now, when I have this conversation with other people, especially when it comes up, I just go, well, if you have a father, you're not going to have that problem. Look, I got 4 kids. All of mine can read at college level. They do college level math. 3 or 4 of them have went to college. 3 or 4 of them went to college. 2 of the 4 have went to trade school, right? So, yeah, when even if you're a father and you couldn't read beyond the 8th grade yourself, you're gonna do what? You're gonna make sure your kids are able to.
Exactly.
When my kids were out of school during the summer, I actually had them going to the library. Now that we're talking about the library, dude, I actually had them going to the library, doing light work. They had to, find a book they were interested in and find somebody black. Had to be the only thing that had to be related to Black American history or something black related. And then I say, hey, give me a summary on the book and let me know what you learned. And I did that. And if every month while they were out for the summer, all they had to do was go find one book. And then that's what they had to do while we did all the summer activities and everything else. I took them to museums, just all the stuff that you're supposed to be doing to make sure that your kids have a structure, order, discipline, and they have your influence and they're actually progressing the way they're supposed to. And then you're checking in with their teachers. I never messed with the teachers. I would just talk to the teachers via email. But when I had issues and problems and I didn't like stuff that was going on, I was talking directly to the vice principals and sometimes the principals themselves. They were glad my kids graduated because they're like, oh, we're glad Mr. Kev is gone because this dude is on our ass.
Right.
But I wanted to make sure.
Okay, my bad, brother. Sorry.
I just wanted to make sure my kids got the best that I was able to give them because I couldn't, teach them or train them personally as it relates to their education. And I actually thought that some stuff wasn't, was unnecessary within the curriculum. So I would add stuff to it and I have them out with projects. And my point is that if you got a father in your kid's life, that kid has a chance, both the boys and the girls. And that's what we're supposed to be doing out here.
Yeah, and like you said, that's another thing too. They try to somebody tried to do that the other night, man. Again, all races, man, involved. When fathers are involved, the child comes out, to be it 2-parent households or be a single father household. Children do better in education and everything else when it's the father there. And like you said, just overall, even though it's becoming a nationwide thing as to where parental alienation towards fathers and fathers being discriminated against and fathers being left out of their children's lives, it runs rampant again, and it's more of a issue and problem for the black people because of the numbers and the way they go about doing things. So again, man, we bring this shit up. It's not about fuck better people or whatever, so on and so forth. Hey, you fuck the dude you fuck, so now we gotta fucking suck it up, quote unquote, pause, right? But try to deal with the shit. But pointing it out, man, is not me whatever. Again, like I said, looking at the ultimate thing, if you say 16% of fucking a race is proficient, bro, okay, what is that going to pay off in the next 20 years? And not even less than that, because again, these are high school students, so these kids are going to be adults in 4 years or less. You know what I'm saying? And these are going to be the replacements, man. And I guess that's something that you learn in certain fields and certain just career paths or whatever. Like, hey, you have to train your replacement, right? And if the replacements can't read, you know what I'm saying, or they're, you know what I'm saying, they can't do math, how can you properly train them? You know what I mean?
You can't. And You know, with this whole not just in the community side, but in all Western civilization, with our generation, millennials, we going through this line flat movement. You know, because we some of us do have the intellect, high proficiencies in both reading and math and science. But unfortunately, a lot of these so-called employers, and even amongst our own people in high echelon positions, that basically is nothing but the white man's or any other powers of these lapdogs that basically gatekeep and keep us out of these so-called roles and positions, and even stop us from opening up these thriving businesses for the lives of our people and our race and our culture. Then when they want to go ahead and point the finger to us black men for not basically stepping up to the plate, being men amongst all other races of men in this country, but yet they gatekeep it and they're still keeping us out of these so-called institutions and infrastructures. What else can we do? I know it's not complaining. I ain't trying to say this is a woe is me thing for us black men, but at the same time, though, hey, other black men that's in high places to be, why don't y'all really give us a olive branch and extend it to us and actually give us an through the door instead of stop being haters and stop thinking you're gonna be the only black man talking black dude amongst the white boys, the Asian boys, and the other racing dudes that he made.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not the type to have my business, my hand in somebody else's business when mine ain't properly being taken care of in the first place. You know what I'm saying? I eat what's on my plate before I worry about what's on everybody else's plate. That's how I was raised. You know.
Yeah.
So here's one of the issues I have with all of these articles. When I first started hearing that, like you said, Mr. Fantastic, you heard it about the boys first. Now you're starting to hear it about the young girls too. But when you look at these articles, you know what? Nobody's really talking about the root causes. What are the problems, and then what the state, what the local, state, and federal government is doing to actually fix the problem. They're just talking about, oh, it's a problem. It does not bode well for the future. Oh, well, this is not going to work out. Oh, we get all of that. Now, I'm looking at, and in all of these articles that I've read, I haven't seen the solutions. I haven't seen okay, we've actually identified the root causes, and this is what we're doing to attack the problem and actually cut it off at the pass, interdict this issue, and actually make sure that these kids are at level, so they graduate reading at level, at 12th grade and stuff like that, or are able to go to college. Did you see that thing that Killer Mike was talking about?
Which part?
So Killer Mike was talking about
the plan for marriage or whatever, that thing.
Yeah, he's getting criticized for that.
Yeah.
He's getting some criticism for it, and to be honest with you, I don't necessarily like how he's presenting. He's almost presenting it as if, well, black boys or young black men are prone to just make babies out of wedlock anyway.
Exactly.
And I'm like, dude, that's not what's happening.
Yeah, it's definitely not what's happening.
Yeah, because the answer is, before you get to the babies out of wedlock, let's not do that. Let's focus on making sure these kids, these young people, don't make kids in the first place, and that they can read and perform math and understand all this other stuff. And then when they get of age, then they're already at level, and then they're capable. And if you want to talk about trades and all this other stuff and everything else, then that's fine. But let's not relate it to illegitimate births. Like he's putting that stigma on black men. I know he's trying to do the right thing, and he's well intended. It's just there's better ways to do that, and say, well, it's just instead of putting that on it, just say, hey, look, we want programs that actually teach our young boys, technical skills, because most of them aren't going to college anyway. Black men used to, before all of this stuff anyway, black men actually used to dominate the trades before they started taking them out of schools anyway, and actually cutting these programs. Just say, look, you talk about what you want for our vote, put these programs back. Make sure we got these technical skills for these young boys. So because the ones who aren't going to college, and programs in place for the ones who have the ability and the aptitude and the desire to actually go to college. So we have a good balance. Do not relate it to illegitimate births. What are we doing, Killer Mike? I like them, and congratulations on the Grammys and everything, but that's not the way to present that program. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was a bad faith argument and a gaslight that Killer Mike used to go ahead and he was trying to say the right thing, but he was trying to basically use same tactics that the press and everybody else be using. Gaslight, shaming tactics to try to get a point across. A lot of black people use that same tactic that the so-called press use to go ahead and do some type of what's that shit called, reverse psychology shit on the community. Oh, y'all are all lazy. they think they're gonna make people work harder. Oh, y'all number some aggressive sexual degenerate males. They think it's gonna make dudes keep their dick in their pants. And actually, they did in the millennial generation compared to the Gen X generation with the so-called teenage pregnancies. But we still cannot do right in front of the so-called society. They moved the goalposts even with so-called trades. They took the trades out in my high school while I was going there. And by the time I got out of there, all they was talking about was computer this, computer that. We ain't had that in my school. So how the hell I'm gonna learn something that just came into play? I was trying to go ahead and put a nail to a hammer into wood. But now y'all kept me out of that so-called industry and let everybody else take that. But go ahead.
Okay. Oh, we got Focus Man in the building. Go ahead, brother. Focus Man, you muted. You gotta unmute.
Hey, what's up, Fantastic?
You got it, bro. What's going on with you?
Hey, man, I heard trade schools mentioned, bro. Wood shop, metal shop, HVAC. They were all taken out of high schools, middle schools back in the 90s. And I think this was intentionally done.
Yeah.
So that the black boys wouldn't have an avenue towards something in which they can have a skill, man.
Don't forget about auto mechanic too, bro. Don't forget about auto mechanic.
Exactly. Work. Yeah, I was in that too. There's a political agenda black men should be on, is to put these trades back into middle schools. That's the number one agenda, political agenda black men should be pushing for these black boys coming, because without that, you're going to have these inner cities, Baltimore, Chicago, Jersey, LA, where black boys are just selling drugs. They have no other option. I mean, they have other options, but when you got the trades, man, the trades will do something for you. But there was an agenda to get these trades out of school, and that's the question. Who pulled these trades out of the schools back in the 90s? Because they knew they were going to do this, because they pulled these trades out and they fled the country with illegals. I know these trades. That was an agenda, bro. So the number one political should be the trades back in the schools, and just watch who's against it. Watch who goes against that agenda, because if they don't want the wood shop, all electrical back into the schools, that tells you what they're about. So, I mean, I heard somebody mention trades. That's the number one thing, bro. Get these trades back in the school. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. Let me put this link in the chat so you guys can see this. And this is the article that I was reading from, but it gives you pretty much a lot of the major cities, and the stuff gets as high as 90% people of 90% of these children not being proficient in math and reading. So, and again, children. This is black children. This isn't just black boys, but black children overall. So, you got a little background, bro. Let me meet you real quick. Let me meet you. There, yeah. So the whole thing is basically like you said, bro. Should be all hands on deck, and the alarm sounded and everything, and understand the importance of doing something, and all we can do really, like you said, is start in your own home, make sure your own kids can read proficiently, you know what I mean, at the level, you know what I mean, and above, and promote them to and encourage them to just get better educationally, because it's crazy to me. And what's really, I guess we're going to start to see here is that a lot of this college shit, bro, it has to drop off too. If you got 10% fucking proficiency in reading and math, bro, Jesus Christ, there's no way you're going to graduate on time, and no way we're ever going to get it to the point of where, you know what I'm saying, we're going to start taking over STEM degrees like we need to, so on and so forth. Now, I know the trades are part of it, right? But even through the trades, man, a lot of brothers need to focus on stuff outside of, within the STEM fields and stuff like that, and challenge themselves. This world is becoming far, far more digital. You're always going to need certain things, work done, manual labor, skilled manual labor, electricians, plumbers, carpenters, all those different things, HVAC, like you gotta say, right? But even eventually for that, bro, I think a lot of this stuff is just going to be removed as far as the person needs. You guys may not know this. Kev, you're prior military, correct? Kev?
Yeah, Army,
So
yeah.
I don't know if you guys know this, right? Kev might know, but there's actually something for the aircraft that literally we call it a tough book, right, or a smart book, to where you hook it up to the fucking aircraft, or it'd be the same thing that you hook it up to the car, right? It's like a car reader for a car, like a code reader, and it literally tells you everything that's wrong with it and the component you need to fix it, right? That's going to be coming to houses soon. Okay. A lot of the stuff that people don't understand or whatever is going to be the same thing with your air conditioning unit. Your I think your toilet would be that easy because there's water and stuff involved for the most part. But anything electrical, that's why everybody keeps saying electricians and HVAC and stuff like that. I think it will still be a thing, but the workforce numbers are going to be cut down so much because everything's going to be like a plug and play or plug and replace, so to speak. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So even
and then it
that,
relates to and
yeah,
as it relates to
got it, Dardo.
construction, they're actually talking about 3D construction, meaning that they're actually going to use these 3D printers, these large scale 3D printers to actually lay concrete, and
Yeah,
instead of needing a crew of 30 plus men, you only need 6, stuff like
yeah,
that.
man.
With the
Exactly.
so it's going to cut down on stuff like that too. So it's going to affect everybody everywhere. But I would say we should have about 50% black men in trades, about 30% in STEM, about 20% liberal arts, right, or something like that. But there needs to be a relative. There needs to be like a relative breakdown, because we got to project out what it is we're looking for and what it is we need in the future. And this is not just about education and getting these guys STEM degrees, liberal arts or college educations or trades. This is also, these men need somebody to marry, right? Well, if they, assuming they want to get married, and most men do, because they're going to want to, get married, have kids, extend their legacy, all this other stuff. So if you got 80%, 85%, you got 80% plus of the girls who can't read or perform math beyond 8th grade level, who are they going to marry?
Well, that's what I'm
Right?
saying. Even beyond the marriage aspect of it, like you said, you can't have a whole bunch of dumb people getting together, motherfucking making families. People that can never.
Unfortunately, gentlemen, y'all both wrong. This happened before. Have y'all ever heard about these black historical figures by the name of W.E. Du Bois and Booker T. Washington, and a talented 10, and the so-called grab yourself by your bootstraps and work your true grit black man? You know what I'm saying? Now, out of that whole entire argument, Booker T philosophy still reigns supreme, because we are now back in that predicament of having to go ahead and get into agriculture and into the trades. Yes, we do need some high intellectual people in positions to handle the business, even instruct people. But unfortunately, this is what happened with that same philosophy. The women of that time period did not want to get with the tradesmen or the dudes with skills of that time period. They said that they was, even back then, talk about this thing called progressivism, and they felt like messing around or getting knocked up by a so-called illiterate tradesman, even though he got the skills, even though he'll always have a job. They feel that that's beneath them. Only up until now, even with the boomers, when they took out the trades, even in their time when they was trying to go into college at a high rate, because they was drafting the Dodge drafting the Vietnam War. Even after that went down in the 70s and 80s, when they took the trades and industry out of the cities, like you had mentioned, Philadelphia, Chicago, and Buffalo, the Rust Belt. The Rust Belt has gone and is never coming back. These people will still tell you and look down upon your plumbers, your HVACs, your electricians, despite the fact they're getting paid in the high 5 figures and somewhat in the lower into mid 6 figures.
6 figures,
But
yeah.
they'll tell you that they basically lazy. They didn't want to strive for high education, and basically they just getting along with old outdated so-called outdated professions, even though them same professions, if we look back in 2020, was more essential than somebody with a so-called pigskin piece of paper that was sat in an air-conditioned office and were forced to work home from a computer. But even that made them go out of their damn mind.
Well, hey,
So here's the
we're just gonna say this real
go
quick.
ahead, Mr. President.
That's a great point. And shout out to Computer Geek. I think one of the things too, we definitely need to start classifying or considering and remembering that IT would be a part of quote unquote trade skills, because you know what I'm saying, you can get certificates, you don't necessarily need a degree and things to do it. but because we're just plumbing, electricians, carpentry, welding, and we always mention the because those have always been the thing, right? But I think we're not focusing on that a lot, and we leave that outside when again that is the newest and the most I think transferable trade skill of nowadays, because if you're able to work with computers, you know what I'm saying, you're able, it's STEM related, even if not STEM directly. So we definitely need to start focusing on the IT fields. But like you said, Mr. O, listen, man, that's always been a thing. It's a viral thing going on right now where women is talking about they don't want no plumber or they don't want this because of the electrician because he's not prestigious. Nobody wants to go to the Christmas party with the plumber. And that's why I say, man, just don't worry about don't that's the point of where, like, man, fuck them hoes, bro. Don't worry about it. If she's dumb,
Yep.
if she's too,
Yep.
yeah, if she's too
But
dumb,
yeah,
if
no,
You're
she,
right.
we're not talking
You're
about
right.
just your run of the mill. Look, I know hoes. Look, I stay in Inglewood, Southside Chicago. I know ratchet hood hoes. I'm talking about your so-called prim de la prim, your so-called educated Keisha that basically that probably lives in the suburbs or a high middle class upper affluent neighborhood that never even saw the so-called struggle lifestyle, that want to look down on a man that works good with his hands. And I don't understand what a lot of people think that a plumber, electrician, or HVAC person not educated when they got to deal with measurements and numbers and know what things to do, make sure they don't get fucked up. I think that's my
Facts.
intellect.
Facts.
listen,
Yeah,
like you
that's
said,
You're
that's literally a
factually right.
college
yeah,
level.
go ahead, go ahead, Kev, and then go focus, man. Go ahead, Kev.
That's actually a college level. That's actually college level training, like literally college level. So that these guys are not stupid. And just like the only thing the one thing I would disagree with you about is that the idea that if you're a woman with a college degree and you're not looking at a man with you're not looking at a man with a trade, okay, fine. Only 30% of black women have a college degree, and about I think it's like 25% of black men have a college degree. So a little less men have college degrees than black women. First of all, those women got to qualify. But what is that? So, but I don't understand how that. What is you? That means you got what 50% plus women who don't even have a college degree. What
Yeah,
is that? I mean,
and then furthermore,
so
and
who are
Kev,
they marrying?
even more importantly than that, like you said, out of the 30% that have degrees, 90% of those degrees are useless. 90% of those degrees are not going to ever pay for the for the student loan debt that they acquired. Not 90% of those degrees are
Oh,
not
so they can't get
going to be.
so they can't get paid. They can't get paid off the underwater basket weaving degree or women's studies. Mr.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
none of that, motherfucking no arts, no liberal arts. A lot of these management degrees is bullshit. Most of these degrees, man, again, are not. The only thing that's probably good would be something that's related to the medical field. RNs is a big thing. So nursing, anything nursing related, that's probably the big one that pays off for black women. Outside of that is very few and far between, because we know they have very, very low numbers in STEM and law.
But that's why
Facts.
you.
What about
Don't
ophthalmology?
equate to nothing.
I suggest that let these broads suffer. These broads that look down on tradesmen, let them, because look, they gotta explain to their children why they don't got a dad around. Okay, let these broads suffer because they gotta tell their children that they decided to pick the drug dealer. They decided to pick the guy with the nice rims. Let these broads suffer that look down on these tradesmen, bro. You can't try to fix the delusional broads. You
No,
get,
we
and the whole
agree with that. We're not trying to fix him. We're just he was just stating a fact. But
yeah, yeah, yeah.
we're on the same page. No, nobody's
Yeah.
trying to save him. Nobody's trying to convince him. Nobody's trying to change him. And like I said, I will actually, like I said, I encourage brothers to let women talk, let her talk, right, and let her tell you that she thinks she's too good for the bus driver, she's too good for the electrician, she's too good for the plumber. Because again, it's just a woman is not worth your time, bro. But we got my
And
man,
they
Mr. Obus in here. What's up with your brother? Go ahead.
Hey, what's going on? How y'all brothers doing?
You got it, fam.
Hey, I do want to say one thing about the nurses, man. My family from the Caribbean, so
Okay.
the nursing profession is very big. That's like the number one thing that they push their daughters to do, to be nurses. I
Mhm.
want to tell you this, man. Nursing is just a glorified blue collar job that they just all they do is wear scrubs. That's basically all it is.
I
It's
wouldn't
no
trust. I would go ahead,
It's
bro.
no,
Go
it's,
ahead,
it's
bro.
no different. Being a nurse is no different than being a plumber, being a mechanic. Is no different from that. The only thing is you just had to go to nursing school and get licensed. That's it. Cause them bras, they be working them nursing jobs. They be working, especially during COVID. They be working minimum 60 hours a week, working
Yeah.
their ass off. You
Yep.
know,
And
I know.
go ahead, bro.
I have an auntie of mine that's been a nurse for about 25 years, and she used to say she used to tell young women all the time, listen, if you gonna come into this profession, you gotta understand that this is a burnout job. You're gonna come and make your money, but these people gonna work you to death. So you better find that work life balance, because if you don't, you're gonna be up out of here.
I was always told that you never trust school teachers, flight attendants, and nurses because they're all having sex on their job. But
And
ultimately, what
guidance
I'm
counselors.
Oh yeah,
And
for
guidance
sure.
counselors.
Oh
I'm
yeah, for
being real.
sure.
Hey, fantastic, fantastic. Look, you don't talk about it enough, but you're an electrician, right? I mean, you can
Yeah.
wire houses. You got those skills, bro. So you don't even be talking about your skills, bro. You can start your own company, electrical company, where you could be wiring houses, doing a lot of different stuff, bro. But
Well,
you don't be touting your.
it's different. I would be more so working machinery, not houses. So houses is different than cars and aircraft and stuff like that. So for me, it would be like more aircraft thing, and I actually am looking into that as far as like my own personal aircraft repair thing. But I gotta get certifications and stuff or whatnot, what have you. But yeah,
But how different is that than like if you got the basic fundamentals for electrical work,
yeah, it's
fantastic.
not yeah,
How
it's all
how
the same.
different how
It's not
different
it's
is
not
that from for,
it's not
for
it's
wiring
not
in
too
a
much.
house?
Yeah, it's not too much different. But like I said, for me, like I said, I would have to get the certification for dealing with houses versus dealing with dealing with aircraft or dealing with
Okay,
cars or whatever, what have you. But yeah,
okay.
it's similar. Like I said, electricity is electricity, bro.
Yeah, you know what? Fantastic. I'm gonna need you to go ahead and start another YouTube channel as a Mr. Fantastic, the electrician teacher, so we all can learn some of these damn skills. I'm actually trying to bypass trade school and college right now, trying to be an apprentice to some of these alcoholics around here that still got the skills, and all I gotta do is give them some UV or some little Amsterdam so they can teach me the skills, because we need these right now more than ever before. And like I was telling, like I think one of the guys that said this, a lot of these so-called educated women don't understand that Mr. Banker or whatever kind of profession guy that got a degree, or they so-called favorite thuggo, scammer, all of them, when the refrigerator goes out, the pipe go busted, the car needs a new battery, a new tune-up, they never call them niggas.
Yeah,
Never.
yeah. The college route is actually worse than the pipe dream, because they selling nothing but dreams. I myself, I went to college 1 year. You know what I'm saying? I said it wasn't for me. Then I turned around and I went to trade school twice. I went to auto mechanic school for diesel engineering, worked out wonderful. And then I turned around and got another notch under my belt and went to culinary school. And now, no matter where I go in the world, I have an opportunity to make money to support myself and a family if I see fit. And can't no women talk me out of that. Ain't no way that's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? It's something about a person that can start from the bottom and rise all the way to the top. It says he has the ability and the capability to do whatever he needs to get the job done. And that's the quality most men should have and should value. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no way you gonna tell me, like, I started entry level and now I'm the foreman, now I'm the boss, that should be shunned? They don't know what they talking about. They don't know what a real man is.
Hey,
They never
Mr.
see one.
Fantastic, you had mentioned about the whole tech field. Right now, I'm transitioning into tech. I've been a truck driver going on 8 years now, but I'm transitioning into tech right now. What you said about getting into tech as far as like certifications, it is true. You do not need to get no degree or anything to get into tech. There's plenty of different avenues to get into tech. Like for me right now, I'm more into the compliance space, PCI DSS. That's the space I'm into. So you don't have to be dealing with computers directly. There's plenty of different avenues within tech that you can get into. You can get into compliance. You can be a software developer if you want to go that route. You can even be in sales. You can be any type of skills that you used to have in your previous job. You could transition that into tech. So I just want to put
Yeah,
that
I
out
was
there.
looking at cybersecurity myself through free code cap. I was thinking about learning code and everything. I got a little worthless certification in TV broadcasting and stuff like that, and I
Right.
know how to make some beats and whatnot. Basically, I'm a photographer, videographer, video editor, but it's got a little oversaturated. Everybody will be content creators now, so I'm
Right.
just trying
Right.
to go ahead and get to the tech field. But I still got them skills of broadcast. So if anybody, y'all content creators need somebody to edit y'all videos down to to these little 30-second, 3-minute promo joints, I could do that for y'all. But yeah, tech, STEM, like Fantastic said, we need a lot of black men and women, especially the women, you know what I'm saying, and STEM. I'm sick and tired of hearing these women talking about they are educated, boss chicks, but when you ask them what they got their degree in, and we had just made a joke about this underwater basket weaving degree, but a lot of these people who go to school for worthless degrees in liberal arts, and they get mad when they get that 90K student loan debt that supposedly Biden was supposed to forgive. You got to argue. You got to argue and trying to and actually trying to rationalize with a person that's a barista at Starbucks instead of being a psychologist major that he went into $80,000 in debt for. And you not the dumbass for doing that shit. But go ahead.
Well,
Word. I don't know
so
how many times I done got in a job and see the person who the top notch person on the job and be like, that's it, him? But you know what he got on me? He been there longer than me. So don't waste your time trying to impress these educated women because they don't know what they talking about. Get in these fields, get in these trades, get your head start. I wish I would have started when I was younger. I'll be retiring like Mr. Fantastic at 40 something years old. You know what I'm saying? You got to be smart about this. You got to do what works for you and nobody else.
yeah, so again, I just want to remind everybody, but only about 30% of black women have a college degree, 4-year college degree, and about 25% of black men. That means 65, percent black men, and then and then what do you call it? I'm sorry, about 75% black men, and then 70% of black women do not have college degrees. So where's everybody getting all this uppity idea that well, I'm just too good? Like all you got is a high school diploma. So get with the people who have high school diplomas and get that dude with the trade skills. Like I don't know where these ladies are getting this from.
College ain't nothing but a pimping scheme, man. They give you the education, put you out there, but you better have their money. I tell you that much.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what's supposed to happen with that. These women with the college degrees, they're supposed to be matching up with a husband that's similarly educated, or at least a guy who's doing very well in the trades for himself. So that way they can actually get that student loan paid off. So that way his money can go to actually paying the household bills and all this other stuff and everything else and maintaining the family. And that money that she earns can actually go to paying off her degree. When you get the degree, you're supposed to be getting a husband with that. That's the issue. So that's why they walk around with this $90,000 student loan debt that they're hoping the federal government pays off versus actually doing that in conjunction with a husband. Or you could do what I did, which is for all my daughters that I sent to college, I paid off their student loan debt as they were going through as they were going through college. So by the time they graduated, they didn't have a debt. Again, this is where your father helps you out. Because I'm projecting forward. I'm thinking, well, I don't want my daughters running around here with $100,000 student loan debt, and then trying to pass that off to some dude that she eventually marries. No, they're free and clear to some extent. And I didn't pay $100,000 for their degree, but one was like about, I think, $75,000. The other one, again, I went to sent her to trade school, paid for that, and then the other one's in college right now. Like all their debts, they're debt free. Their husbands, their future husbands, they got to worry about.
Yeah.
That's what your father's for, by the way.
But these broads have been.
You were saying.
What the hell else is the father doing if he ain't doing that? Like you got to be projected. If you're trying to get your daughters married off, you can't pass a problem off. You can't pass them off as a problem to some other man because he's gonna look at that and go, oh shit, you got $150,000 in student loan debt, and you got a dad.
That's right.
And you got hey, thanks, Kev, but no thanks. She's pretty, but that's too much responsibility. Do you know that there are men who actually refuse women because they have all this debt?
Yeah.
Not only that, not just the student loan debt. Consider the credit card debt added to that. That's what 150 grand comes from. 90,000 in student loan debt.
I hear what you're saying.
Another 60,000 credit card debt or
but
30,000 credit card debt. Like that's where all this stuff comes from.
I hear what you're saying, but these chicks are being conditioned to do it all on their own. I don't need a man. That's what the feminist movement is conditioning these chicks to do. So yeah, the right way to go is to get a husband and do that. But these broads are being conditioned the opposite way. So what I suggest is let these broads fall on their face and look at their kids in the eyes and say, I picked the wrong father for you. I was a feminist. I fell for that. I bit the apple, basically. Like, I want these broads to look their kids in the eye and say, "You don't have a dad because I decided to go with the pants sagging loser. I decided to go with the drug dealer. That's why you don't have a dad." So ultimately, bro, I want these broads to just fall on their face and admit to their children the truth that they went for the pants sagging loser with nice rims instead of the tradesman. If I can get that, and that's the direction the manosphere was going. The manosphere was telling these broads, listen, tell your kids the truth. Their dad didn't walk away. No, you picked the worst man. You picked the worst father for them. That's why they don't have a father. That's the direction that I want these broads to. That's the reality I want these broads to face, man. And also, it's fantastic, bro. I suggest you stop being humble and you be more vocal about your skill set, bro. Like, nobody in this sector really know that you are, like I said earlier, electrician type of dude. You should be telling these bros, I can wire your fucking house. You know what I mean? Like, you should be like gloating. I know you don't want to be conceited. I know you don't want to be that kind of guy that's always bragging on yourself, but you don't speak about your credentials, bro. And I think that if more black dudes like you were vocal about their credentials and what they can lay down and do, I think you can silence a lot of this propaganda that's being put out here. That's all.
Yeah, man, I feel you, but at the same time, like I said, that's my whole thing is I'm not I'm not saying not trying to impress or not trying to sell myself to the sake of like a female for whatever. Any woman that feels like she's too good for me or whatever the fuck or whatever, bro. Again, like I said, I'm in a whole nother boat. I'm retired. I get more and that's why I try not, but I'm good off of you know what I'm saying, the majority of the people just off of my retirement pay, right? Retirement pay and disability and things like that. So I hadn't even started working yet. I mean, I'm saying I'm starting school and that's gonna be even another check. You feel what I'm saying? So understanding that from that realm and just the time that I'm in now, bro, I know I'm set. You know what I'm saying? I still have a secret clearance. I have 20 years of experience in aircraft, electrical systems, engine systems, plenty of different systems. So it goes far deeper than just the electrical side, because in the Navy it's different than everybody else as to where like you know, it's that and that only. We literally work, they call us aviation everything, right? Because we literally tie into every system and we have to learn a lot about, you know what I'm saying, a little about a lot, right? Along with knowing everything about our own shit. So it's just to me, bro, to where I don't ever really get into my skill set, my ability and capability, because like you said, it would be more so if we're having to talk about brothers that who are interested in getting in the field or needed some information, or hell, I had a question about something, like you said, you know, schematic wise, or trying to figure out an issue or problem. That's just why. But yeah, I'm it's not for me, but I haven't, fortunately, I guess I haven't had the issue or situation where some chick is even asking me, you know, what I do and how much money I make and all this other shit, because it's like, you know, that's the only way we beat to that point is if and when, like, you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to be in a serious relationship or some shit.
Did you learn this in school or did you learn this all in the military?
Oh, all it's in Navy. Navy teaches you this. So the Navy has its own, military has its own school. So the military has its own trade school. So yeah, and like I said, and then you know, on the job experience, learning platforms, right? So for me, I was a helicopter guy, A60 guy, right? So legacy and the current one they use. So if people don't understand, I guess a lot of people don't know, once the military is done with airframe, pretty much like the older aircraft, what they do is they sell it off to another country. They sell it off to, like, you know, some ally or some person or whatever who's ever willing to buy it. So those people need technicians, right? And more likely than not, the people that live there, they don't. That's why the overseas market is just, bro, it's ridiculous.
So what kind of math? But what kind of math is involved? Like, be real, be real. Like, what's the highest level of math involved in that kind of stuff? Don't front. Be real.
No, it's basic addition, subtraction, and multiplication. I mean, because the only thing you really need math for would be hold on, somebody got to mute up. So I got a lot of feedback. Yeah. So the only thing you really need math for is if you're trying to determine resistance or amperage, right? Which again, the system, you know, is going to be that. But the only thing you really need it for would be resistance. So say you had a resistor or something that was going bad, you was trying to use the the mathematical equations, pretty much like watts, power, resistance. That's pretty much the three, right? And current. So current, voltage, and resistance. And then within that circle, within that formula circle, right? Whatever you need for the situation. But for the most part, you don't even really need to do that because you have a multimeter and it does the work for you. So unless you're doing, and then that really comes into play if you're doing like stuff where you're working on circuit boards, so you have to, what I'm saying? So usually for us, it's even simpler because if you're not getting power where you're supposed to get power, or where you're getting power you're not supposed to get power, you have either a short or you have or open. So short, open, short to ground. That's pretty much the three main things. If you know how to read a schematic, that's what a lot of people have trouble with. And then pretty much understanding and being able to start with the system, isolate when necessary, and then seeing what you're supposed to get. So pretty much that's the deal.
But that's pre-algebra at the minimum. That's pre-algebra, bro. I mean, at a minimum, yeah, you said multiplication, plus and minus, but you ain't gonna go over pre-algebra. So it's not geometry. It's not.
It's not math intensive at all.
It's college level math. It's college math. That's what it is.
Because basic.
Yeah, because everybody, regardless of what your degree is, you have to take college level math. So that's what that essentially is.
Shout out to Curry. Charles know what it is. So again, man, like I said, for the most part, yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's the deal. But like I say, bro, I've been doing this so long that I don't even like. I don't know. It to me is not. I don't want to say it's not special, but you know what I mean. It's like my job for so long. So to me, I don't. I guess view it a lot of the ways a lot of people do it. But at the same time, too, I never had anyone challenge me with that. So I mean,
and you're financially comfortable too. So that's the other factor you got going on.
Shout out to the brothers.
Future plans.
Yeah, shout out to the brothers, man, out here working hard, man. I greatly appreciate you guys. And keep your grind up. But like I said, bro, if any woman even questions you, bro, she shouldn't even question you about, you know what I'm saying, your pockets for real, unless y'all like serious. I wish a woman would ask me how much money I make, like on a first date. That would be that would be like the body count conversation for the chick, I guess. She
like just ask her that, just counter with that. How much money you make? How many?
Yeah, like get the fuck out of here.
Did you guys were you get conversation?
Huh?
You were on the live stream and I saw that body. I think you were on the live stream when that whole body count conversation came up. That kind of got out of hand a little bit with the women.
Oh, yeah.
I will say something that folks. I wanted to. I'm sorry. I know you got to read the super chat. Go ahead.
Yeah, let me do the super chat real quick. Shout out to Mark Jordan for the 2. Women will accept accountability for their choices. Appreciate you, Mark Jordan, again. Greatly appreciate you, brother. Hey, appreciate you for the correction, brother. Okay, for the 5. Correction: women will never accept responsibility for their choices. Yeah, and let me shout out to my appreciate you, brother. Shout out to my Cash Apps. Shout out to my man Bugs coming through, man. Greatly appreciate you. A1 Day 1 in the building. Appreciate you, brother, for the 5 on the Cash App. Shout out to my man T Will for the 314 on the Cash App, brother. I greatly appreciate you. Go ahead.
I was just saying, right at the end of the day, don't invest your time or your efforts into something that's just not good for you, and that goes for women too. You know what I mean? Like when I went to trade school, I worked in that field. They took the time and the effort to help me find a job while I was still going to school in that field. You have to be smart about what you invest in. Like, you don't invest in something that don't got your best interest in mind. You go get these degrees and they ain't even giving you direction and pointing you in the right direction to find where you can use your skills at. That right there is a no-no. Earlier I heard you say when you was doing what you was doing, they was taking those machines that you was learning on, giving them to other companies. That right there was creating a market for you to be successful in.
Yeah.
You have to be smart. You have to make the right choices.
Well, the idea when you're making a career choice is to actually project ahead and go, is this career field that I'm looking at, whatever it is, technical skill, college degree, whatever, is it going to be useful for me in the next 15 to 20 years? That's what you're supposed to be doing. And some people don't do that. It seems like women don't do it. Maybe a few guys don't do it either. But yeah, you're supposed to be projecting 15 to 20 years out. So that way, if you have to change careers, okay, then that's fine. But at least you got a 15, 20-year head start on something. Like you said, you want to switch over to something else. You started off one thing and then you went into being a chef, which is great stuff. I did want to say something to what Focus said. He mentioned that. Well, look, I get it, man. You want the women to admit to their children that they chose a saggy pants, Pookie, and that was their baby daddy. But they're not going to do that. What they're going to do is they're going to say, "Well, your dad left." That's what they're going to say. They're not because you're assuming they have integrity, and they generally are not demonstrating that. As a matter of fact, when I used to listen, I don't get onto the panels with a bunch of women, or I kind of listen to their what you call it, presentation sometimes, and their rationalization is they don't blame the parent who stayed and took care of the kid. They blame the parent who left. That's their rationalization. Now, why would you? But what they're doing, they're using that as justification to actually just choose a knucklehead and to begin with. So you choose a guy who's a dirtbag who doesn't want to be a father or a husband anyway, and then you go, well, he left, and now you're blaming him because he's not there. The problem, the reality is that if you're the parent who's taking care of the child, whether it's one or two, you are responsible. You're responsible for the person you chose, man or woman, and you're responsible for your presence or lack thereof. All right. And if you're the only parent and you're the one, doing all the work as it relates to that, based on your poor choices and your and the person that you chose to either produce a child with, well, then you got to take 100% account of that. But women, I'm telling you, that was one of the craziest rationalizations I've seen. Like, they literally say that. We don't blame the person who stayed, which is generally the woman. We blame the person who left, which is generally the father. But the problem is that father was never going to be there in the first place. So they're not going to have integrity about this or about that explanation. They're just going to say, your daddy left. That's
You're
it.
right. You're right. You're right. But see, the manosphere has explained to a lot of the black boys, even because you don't understand how many teenagers listen to this. The manosphere explained this already to them. So whether their mom says it or not, these boys realized the reason why my dad wasn't around was because of the kind of man my mom picked. So whether he's 21, whether he's 50, whether he's 15 or 13, when he listens to the manosphere, he realizes why his dad wasn't there, because his mom picked the wrong man. So she don't got to admit it. These black boys are going to realize on their own, whether at 20 years old, 23, why their dad wasn't there, because they're going to find out. My dad was a drug dealer. My dad was a pimp. My dad was in jail. So that's going to tell them indirectly that my mom picked a pants sagging loser. So, but I hear what you're saying, though.
Yeah, but I guess the only thing with that is how much damage is already done at that point. So you're 25 years old. You found out you got a pants sagging loser for a daddy. Not even. Well, basically, that's your father, not your daddy, but that's your father, the guy who contributed the DNA. But now you're 25 years old, and all that mental damage and suffering and abuse and everything else, emotional, physical, all that stuff. That's the stuff you suffered through as a kid, and you're dealing with in your early adulthood. So how effective are you as a man finding that information out at 25? I'm just I just kind of wanted to put some reality to that. That's all.
That's what's up. That's why we got to make sure those type of men aren't in existence anymore. You know what I mean? We have to put the working man to the forefront, because the way those men got to be an option in the first place is because being glorified. We have to de-glorify that type of behavior. You know what I'm saying? Show them that the blue collar man is the only option, not any other option, because that shouldn't be an option in the first place.
Well,
That needs to be knocked out of the box. And I understand, and what I'm saying is from the point of view of those sagging pants gentlemen are generally coming from broken homes or one parent homes, or people who just don't give a fuck about their kids.
You
when
underestimate the ego of the modern day woman. She cannot see amongst the so-called hive, they so-called herd, the collective mind group that they have basically made themselves into one big old Beyonce walking about, talking about, and all that other bullshit. They cannot basically sip wine, complain, bitch, and moan about the so-called quote unquote average go along electrician Earl that goes and wakes up, eats his breakfast, go to work, probably hang up with the guys, play a little bit of the game, fuck her brains out, and go to sleep. If they ain't got no drama or anything to go ahead and brag about to their so-called other delusional side chick forever being having single friends, winding down the bitches, they can't have their life and how they can eat it too. They need the victimhood to have an existence. Their existence is in victimhood.
Yeah, but what if you the man? If you making the money, you building your own home and your foundation. What the fuck she got to say? You going out there and you picking who you want to make kids with. She ain't got shit to say in that, brother. Nothing. Ain't no bitch gonna tell me what I'm about to do with mine. Period.
Yeah, I think we all get that now. That's all well and good, and I think everybody understands that construct. The issue is that you know people say this thing where those men shouldn't be available. Well, they are available, and there are women who are actually choosing those men. You got to remember, women don't have to choose those guys. Nobody's making them. Nobody's forcing them into that direction. And I
Exactly.
can, and as a father, I could, all my daughters and my son knows that they can't bring somebody put the press stand in front of me, and they are all, they're the worst people on the planet. They're like, we're not bringing that into our family. Like they already know that's getting headed off at the pass.
But that's
So
they're gonna say not part of the culture. They want to be part of the culture, and unfortunately, what they see on these Tyler Perry movies, these new age rappers, and these TV shows like Power, BMF, and all that good stuff. You ain't part of the culture. You ain't keeping it real unless you got a blicky. You know what I'm saying? Talking shit, getting down with the rest of us real niggas. Oh, you ain't ish, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can go ahead and talk all that good proper English. You can go to your little 9 to 5 job clock and whatnot. But if you ain't trying to kick it with the guys and you know what I'm saying, trying to get with these hoes, that's what these niggas is made for. And unfortunately, that's how what's that? About 80% of the so-called community act and function and actually portray themselves.
I mean, yeah, that's part of the problem too. But anyway, yeah.
And I'm just saying, if I'm doing the picking and I'm not the one being picked over, then I'm in control. I hold the chips. You know what I'm saying? I'm not letting nobody pick for me. I'm not saying that that's not the issue. What I'm saying is that nobody should be choosing you. You build what you build, and then you get the picking because you're the hierarchy. The woman don't come in and take over. No, you don't let somebody that's not on your terms come up in yours neither. The cycle got to stop somewhere.
That's
You
true.
can't
So
keep
we got.
picking these no good bitches. They get in your scheme, fuck up your shit, and they gone.
I
Now
agree.
we creating some more saggy pants wearing kids because you not there.
Yeah.
I
Because
say
you
this.
don't pick the wrong one.
Well, the community or basically men are like this. What you gotta do, and this what the ladies gonna have to adhere to. You gotta stop putting the weakest man in the highest position of power.
A man
But
over his circumstances is the strongest link in his circumstances. There's no such thing as a weak man if he's ahead of his shit.
yeah,
Again,
that's not really happening. There aren't weak men in positions of power. No one's
yeah,
doing that.
yes.
If
When you
anything,
allow
you could
the
probably.
weakest,
If you let
if you
somebody
allow the
call you
weakest amongst, my
weak,
bad, go
or
ahead.
even insinuate that you're weak, you're wrong, brother. Don't let nobody do that.
Yeah,
But
there's
if the
some
weakest amongst
bizarro
us,
type behavior going on as it relates to the women and the men that they're choosing. At this point, everybody knows that it's a small percent of the men. 'Cause we see them. You can go down the list. The guys with the 6, 8, 10 plus baby mamas. They're all having sex with the same dudes and they're getting pregnant by the same guys. The response that 9 to 5 dude with the trade skills, earning $85,000 a year and on his way to earning a 6-figure salary.
he's
He's not
too
making babies
quiet.
all over the place. He's not
Yeah,
doing that.
because he's too quiet. He's too strong for him. He's too quiet.
Yeah.
What did Denzel
Exactly.
character? What did Denzel character say in American Gangster to his so-called dim-witted country ass brother? He told me, and I'll quote, he say, "Look, the loudest in the fucking room is also the weakest in the fucking room. Again, when you give the weakest amongst y'all the weakest link, we get the position of power because he can easily be broken. And a lot of these so-called broken males are ahead of the so-called black community because they curtail to the so-called whims of these so-called feminazis that they call their mothers, their sisters, their aunties, their baby mama. Hell, some of them even got them for their parole officer. Let's be real.
Facts. And see, that's the thing though. Like you said, they're too quiet, and that's guys like Fantastic. They got these credentials, but he doesn't brag about it. He doesn't talk about his credentials. So Pookie is much louder than the Fantastics out there that have electrical, plumbing, auto mechanic skills. So one thing I'm gonna say is that I'm happy that the manosphere shifted the narrative, and the narrative is back on these broads that you pick the worst father for your kids. That's the number one thing I wanted to take place after I would say the past 50 years. Like ever since the manosphere been in existence, we have been able to shift the narrative from black men walking out to no, you broads have picked a small pool of loser ass black men to impregnate you. And you guys don't understand how big of a shift that was. Now we control the narrative now. We control the narrative, and that's a huge deal, guys.
So here's what I would say to that focus. There's a slow shift as it relates to the narrative, when what you're talking about. Yes, and then remember you got the manosphere, then you have the black manosphere, and then you have mainstream media. And this is where I haven't seen it. I haven't seen this discussion at the mainstream media level. That's if once it gets to mainstream media level, and remember, this is when we talk about this. See, one thing that people leave out that I always mention is that it's not just a small percent of black men who are being irresponsible and making kids all over the place. It's also non-black men too. I throw them in that. I'm throwing them under the bus because they're doing the exact same thing that they blame black men for. And they come over to black women, make these little kids, abandon these kids, and try to dump these kids on black men. Say no, we're not doing. I've actually talked to white men about this when they come up on panels and they kind of ask questions or whatever. I go, look, y'all over here creating part of the problem. Your men in your racial group are actually part of the problem. Don't come over here trying to lecture to us when you're actually creating part of the problem. The white men, Hispanic men, some Asian men, other races of men. This is not just black Pookie problem. This is a degenerate problem from all races of men. And for whatever reason, they know that they can get babies out of black women and they ain't got to marry.
Also, it's levels to this shit. Now we can't blur between the lines. You know what I'm saying? Everything's not black and white. Even I had to come out of that mind frame aspect. Now check this out. Now we know Thuggo, we know Pookie and Ray Ray, but now we also know dudes that had to grow up and had to get down with the Bobos because that was the only route they had to go through. I had to go through that shit. You know what I'm saying? Also, not every guy that has a prestigious so-called title, job, profession, career is no honest Abe all the way. You know what I'm saying? We do got some sleazeball dirtbags in high echelon positions as well. You know what I'm saying? So don't get it twisted. I mean, look at these mayors, black males running these cities right now in America right now. You know what I'm saying? Especially this chick in Dalton and in my neck of the woods in the suburbs. Are you serious? And then we got a dude running my city, Brandon Johnson. You know what I'm saying? As weak as he can be. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure when it's all said and done, he got some crooked shit behind him, just like Kwame Kilpatrick up in Detroit and all the other ones that came and will come after this. So let's not get down and just put job titles and other things before character. That's what the main.
But those black guys though, they can be put on child support and be financially held responsible. But these Pookies, they have no money to take care of the kids. So there's a distinction. These high profile black guys or black guys that are stable with careers that are losers, they can be put on child support and they can have money taken from them. However, the Pookie, they don't have any kind of career. So there has to be a distinction made between the Pookie and the upwardly mobile black guy that may be a loser. The upwardly mobile black guy that's a loser, he can be tracked. He has a career. He can be put on child support and forced to pay. So I just want to make that distinction because we can't continue to lump these black guys that are losers with the black guys that are financially stable. Now you're right. You got black guys that are career oriented that are out here doing some bad stuff, but that's a small percentage. And even that percentage, they can be put on child support and have their wages garnished. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and I've seen that. There we go. I call it just getting caught up out here with the wrong woman because they made a bad decision. Usually they make that mistake one time. They got paid child support on that one kid. Whether they're an active father or not, that's a whole different story. But that woman is going to. As my son was coming up, I said, "Look, you're going to be a productive, and effective man one day. You know what? If you get a woman pregnant, she's going to have that baby, and you're going to have to deal with that, whether you want to be in that woman's life or not." Again, that's the difference from when you hear stuff like that from your father on a regular basis. That shit makes a difference.
Yeah,
None of my kids ain't
because
got none of those problems.
child support
And knock on wood.
ain't gonna make ain't 100% gonna make sure that your kid ain't gonna turn into a pookie. That's just not the truth. So being an active father is more important than the child support. So you kind of sort of gotta lump them all in because if they still ain't they ain't good for the community. Both versions of it.
Nah, you can't do that,
The
bro.
pookie or the
Because
working person that's not taking care of his family, that ran from the situation, is lumped in because he's creating the saggy pants wearing kids that you're creating because he's not in that child's life. He's creating the daughters that's turning into a thought that's picking the saggy pants wearing men.
Yeah,
It's all lumped together.
but you
How can
can't,
you separate it?
bro. You cannot. Look, you cannot
How
lump
can you
Pookie.
separate it if they're
Hear me out. Hear
producing
me
the
out.
same product? They produce the same product, brother. They produce the same product at the end of the day.
Listen, at the end of the day, you cannot lump the productive electrician, plumber, car mechanic with the pants sagging, drug dealing Pookie. That's
We're
what
talking
Pookie
about
wants to do.
the product that they're producing, brother. Not the job that they hold, not the job title that they hold, the product that they're producing. The Dots and the Pookies and Ray Rays come from both situations without an active parent in the household.
Well, in this case, you cannot determine whether or not this productive black guy that got this chick pregnant on the one night stand is trying not to be in a kid's life. First off, and secondly, you cannot
Wait,
you
what say
cannot
that
lump
again? I can't what? We can't what?
you cannot assume that the productive black guy that's an electrician or a plumber is not trying to be in a kid's life.
We're,
Ultimately,
we're going off assumptions. There's not one standard example. We're going off assumptions, brother. So this is an assumed conversation.
Well, so here's the one thing I
I'm
would
going
say
to
about
bank.
that.
Well, look, I'm going to bank on that productive black guy that had a one night stand. He is more so proactive in the kid's life than Pookie is, who's
Says
out on
who?
bail trying
Says
to
who?
make money.
Says who?
I've
Says
actually
who? Because
seen
you're
guys
being
do that.
biased. You're
No,
being
no,
biased.
I've actually seen guys do that. Whereas they
Do
made a
what?
mistake. I've seen guys make a mistake. They had a one night stand with some woman, or they were dating a woman and she got pregnant. They didn't end up together, and then the woman gave him. And usually, what it turns out to be that the woman gave him hell, even though he was paying child support and trying to be active. They were usually giving these guys hell, trying to keep them away
Okay,
from the kids
okay. But
because
still,
the
what?
problem for the woman is that you want to be an active father, but now you don't want her anymore. So they were usually giving these guys hell. That's what I saw a
Okay,
lot
but
of.
does it produce single parent children, bro?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, that's what
Now
we're talking.
that being
Now we
said,
talking. I'm not talking about the hell that the mama gives. We know those situations exist. I'm not saying they don't exist. What I'm saying is it produces the same problem.
yeah, here's what I will say about that though is that generally the productive men are not the ones that are making babies all over the place. Even if they do, they generally make one mistake and then they do what they're supposed to do as fathers and they leave it at that. They eventually wind up either married or never marrying, but they still do what they're supposed to do as far as taking care of that kid financially and trying to be as active as possible while dealing with a mother that they don't want. That's generally what you see. So even those kids turn out a lot better than the guys who just wasn't gonna be there in the first place. But my whole
So
thing with all of that is, again, I just want to emphasize that it's generally not the productive men who are making those mistakes all over the place anyway. Like, what is it about? What is it, Mr. Fantastic? What about 10% of black men who are actually doing that with the 6, 10 plus baby mamas? That's about 10%. So because we
Yeah.
already know that 54% they're not married and they don't have kids. We know that 1/3 of black men are married. That's almost 90% of black men that are not baby daddies. So that tells you how responsible black men are. So now you're down to about 10% of black men who are creating the problem, and women are going out of their way to choose those men, and we can't stop them from choosing those men. That's a choice that they're making.
Yeah,
We
man,
can complain about it.
Yeah, but like I say, man, like I say, just write that off as just write it off as a loss. But hey, I greatly appreciate you brothers for coming up, man.
I
Give me your
appreciate you
input,
too.
bro. No problem, man.
Word, Kev, Mr. O, what resource man? I appreciate all your word.
All right. Yeah, you guys take care. Have a good one.
All right, for sure. Thanks. Yeah. All right, cool. Hey, man, greatly appreciate you guys coming up, man. Participating. At the end of the day, listen, everybody's different, bro. And the children are the future, as they say, right? The children being the future. They have to be able to learn. They have to be able to know how to read and do math. It's just basic motherfucking bare minimum requirement, bro, for to be able to just operate in this world we live in. It's becoming more and more technologically advanced by the day. Okay. So if you're not able to just properly assess things, you know what I mean? Bro, it's gonna be a real hard life for you out here. But either way, hey, greatly appreciate y'all coming through, bro. That's that on that one. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Holla.